or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
It's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got to do.
It's the morning show with Boomer and Gio.
What a week. We come in Monday celebrating the Knicks championship. We end on Friday talking about the championship parade. It's still going to be something that'll be in the back of our minds throughout the summer, of course, because championship teams, they live on forever. But we'll have to start focusing on this great Mets team that we have here. Bunch of champions that they are. But there is another baseball team in town that really does have a shot at winning it if their superstar can come back and be healthy, and that is the New York Yankees.
I can't wait for that mayor's speech when they win the championship.
Mispronouncing everybody's name.
He's going to be talking about Lou Gehrig and Yogi Berra, Whitey Ford.
Of course.
Yes.
Have a great weekend. You're going out to Shinnecock. Enjoy that. Enjoy the World Cup with a game today. And we will talk to you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Have a great one. We'll see you Monday morning. As always, New York.
The human body is a really amazing thing, like all the things that have to work together. But to take our testicles, which are very sensitive, and to put them on the outside of your body where your person you're battling could easily get to them, versus a woman's private parts, internal, Jerry. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you call God? Talk to him. I don't know.
I don't even know how to reach him.
Fraud! Fraud!
You've waited for this moment. The Knicks have done it. 2026 NBA champions. For complete championship coverage, stay with a fan. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
On this Juneteenth 2026, what's up? Evan and Tiki without Sean Morash for the next 4 hours. Yankee fans, you exist. We'll talk about you later. Met fans, you sort of exist. We'll talk about you later. But I've looked forward to this day for so long.
Why is that? Because you have your son in here doing yeoman's work, not like on his iPad, not chilling, talking about give me dollars in name of Spence, but looking up our opinions on all the Knicks champions?
Yeah, I put my oldest son to work today. He's actually taking an iPad break right now, but no, I'm working him hard.
Good.
People really loved it.
I mean, nobody else is working today, so.
That's right. People really loved earlier in the week that segment where we just showed every fan host's opinion on the Jalen Brunson signing, uncovering that audio, and it got such a great review. I said, we'll do more of it. Mm-hmm. So I put my oldest son, Jet, to work. No, I'm excited about the awkwardness of today. Today's a very awkward day because the Knicks are champions. They've been champions for 6 days. They just had their parade. We gave you coverage yesterday of the parade. And by the way, anyone who needs to call to complain about their parade experience, we're here for you, 888-808-1019. But today is the day that you agreed, and we all agreed, is the first time we could actually have a conversation about what's next.
Yeah.
Now, I respect that there are some Knicks fans who are going to be like, I don't care, because you're still basking in the glow of a championship. This is not something I can relate to, so I'm just theorizing.
Evan,
there are some like that.
There might be some that don't care at all forever.
Really?
I waited for, I'm 75 years old or 68 years old. I've waited my entire life for this. I'm good, man. I don't need another one.
And I respect that.
I'd love to run it back. If it happens, great. If we win 25 games next year, fantastic. That's not happening, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like there is a group of, it's small, that probably look at this championship and say, I am so satisfied. This is all I wanted in my life. I'm good. I also happen to be a Giants fan. I also happen to be a Yankee fan. Right. So I've got plenty of other support championships around this one. Right. But I needed the Knicks. But that's not going to be most. Most want repeats. Most want their team to become a dynasty.
No doubt. And I think most start to think, especially with the NBA offseason beginning in days, to think about what's next. So I want to address something that James Dolan said to Craig and Big Mac the other day because, and again, I'm trying to be fair and do a tap dance here in terms of he's the owner of a championship team. Okay? James Dolan changed his New York legacy because he's the owner of a championship team. But I'm sorry, there was something he said the other day to Craig and Big Mac that I want you to hear again. I want the audience to hear again because I heard it a certain way and I didn't like it. I didn't love it.
Yep.
I didn't like it. Before I play the clip, I want to very quickly explain what the hell the second apron is. The NBA had a new CBA a couple of years in which they made it more difficult to repeat as champions, more difficult to build super teams. And so there's a thing called the second apron where when you get over that salary number, your chances of building a team, it just becomes more difficult from a structural standpoint. So, for example, if you go over a second apron, you can no longer make aggregate salary trades work. Like you can't trade two $5 million players for a $10 million player.
Right.
You
That's always complicated in basketball because most sports aren't that way.
No,
you don't
it's very
have
different.
You don't have to make the money match.
Right.
In basketball, the money has to match.
You are no longer allowed to trade cash in any kind of trade. You can't use your tax player mid-level exception to sign a free agent. You can't acquire a player in a sign and trade team. And there's also some heavy restrictions, such as if you're above that apron for multiple years, your first round pick 7 years in the future is frozen. These are basketball reasons, strategic reasons why going into the second apron is not a good thing, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But the other part of the second apron, and this is the part I don't accept, is, well, I got to write a big check.
Yeah. And the reason is because when you sign your guys, you can sign your free agents and you're not restricted as all those restrictions that Evan was given. That doesn't matter if they're your guys. But you can re-sign all your guys, go over the second apron. You're just going to have to pay a tax.
You're going to have to pay a tax. And what I heard James Dolan say the other day, and I want to replay it because it's possible I'm not hearing it correctly. It sounded as if all of those other things I talked about, which are fair arguments, like, hey, Ev, I don't want to be restricted by not being able to use the tax player mid-level exception. I don't want to be restricted where I can't trade cash. I don't want to be restricted in which we can't do a sign and trade. It takes away your flexibility. There's no doubt if you go into the second apron. But I heard James Dolan pretty much mention, I don't want to write a big check. And I have a tough time accepting that. So here is what James Dolan said when Craig asked him about running the team back next season.
You know, we're willing to stretch, right? But there's certain things in the NBA that you have to be, you know, suicidal to do, and we're not going to do those. The one of them was called the second apron. Cannot go into the second apron.
Got it.
But you know, it's. But that's up to Leon, right? I just
he's making all the decisions. You're just stroking checks, right?
Yeah, I'm just telling him how big of a check I can write, right? I'll write as big of a check as possible, but I can't write a check that goes into the second apron.
Got it. Well, hold on. Why? That's my question. Like, if you stop it as, hey, it's suicidal to go in the second apron because of a lot of boring things that I just talked about, I think we could all accept it, or we could argue about it. Nobody wants to hear an owner who just made a fortune off a playoff run in which it cost you guys $3,000 to get in, basically. No one wants to hear an owner use, I can't write that big of a check. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Okay, I have a little bit of an issue with it.
The thing I don't, and I can't find the details on, is what does that tax look like?
3 to 1, $3 to every dollar.
So $3 to every dollar you spend above that second apron.
If you're in the second apron, yeah.
It's 3 times. So
it's ridiculous. I admit that,
it is ridiculous because in theory, the way that you try to get the Knicks another championship is simply to run it back. Is you re-sign Mitch, you re-sign Landry Shamet. Hopefully Jose Alvarado decides to opt in, or maybe he doesn't. But whatever, those deals ultimately put you over. Maybe put you over. It will put you over because they were only $3 million or less than $1 million under the apron at the end of this season. Now going into next season, I think they're $13 million under it. But those guys are going to cost more than $13 million. Just go above the apron. You get none of these penalties because they're your guys.
Right. You're not changing.
You just got to pay the tax.
Right. So those restrictions I talked about are not that big of a deal, especially when you're a championship team trying to run it back. Saying the check's too big, I don't know about you guys. I don't think we want to hear that from any owner. I don't think we want to hear that from Hal Steinbrenner. I don't think we want to hear that from Steve Cohen. And I certainly don't think you want to hear it from James Dolan. So I don't know if people took it a different way. Maybe Craig took it another way because he was obviously interviewing him.
Right.
That was a guy saying, I'm not writing that big of a check.
What did Craig say in real time?
He said, I got it.
So he didn't push back on it.
Well, I don't know if he took it the way I took it.
Right.
Like, I'm just being honest about that. I don't know. Now, also, and maybe the Knick fan will say this is the tap dance of today. Maybe a Knick fan will call up, especially because I'm the wrong messenger, and say, I don't care. I want a championship. He doesn't have to write an absurd check. My point to you is this. This is not about Landry Shamet. This is not about Mitchell Robinson. I'm not even telling you they have to re-sign these guys. I'm telling you something I've said many, many times before. The last thing I want to hear from a billionaire owner is I'm not writing that check. That's it. Right. That's my argument. Has nothing to do with signing trades and losing flexibility. I don't want to hear, and I don't think other people want to hear, any owner in this town, especially one that just did so financially well, say, hey, that's too big of a check to write. Now, I'm willing to give a little bit of a benefit of the doubt on he was laughing. It's up to Leon. James Dolan is not the greatest public speaker. I think we all saw that yesterday.
Yeah, you're right.
And just because he says something doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. So I'm open-minded to the offseason in how they perform. Well, my point is very simple. Here's my point in one sentence. I don't want to hear a billionaire owner tell me the check's too big to write. That's it. That's my argument.
Here's what I feel. I feel like James Dolan is a mature owner. I don't mean that in his age or anything. I'm talking about how long he's owned the New York Knicks. When you look at Steve Cohen, just as a contrast, he's not quite a mature owner yet. And so by James Dolan's years of experience making money, losing money, whatever the circumstances were, because there was moments when he overspent for some aged talent.
He spent a lot, and I give him credit for that.
Look, it never worked. Yeah. It was interesting. It made the Garden interesting for a minute, but they never won anything. And he finally got some financial stability and ultimately brings in Leon Rose. They win a championship. So he knows what it's like to make money, not make money, etc. Steve Cohen doesn't know what it's like to make money yet.
No.
Because he hasn't made money yet.
Nor win.
Or win. Right, but I think at some point, Steve Cohen will get close to, maybe even win a championship. Let's just say he wins a championship. He's not going to spend the money like he did at the beginning of his tenure because he was an immature owner.
Sure.
And so I think you have to understand where James Dolan's coming from. This is not about, man, I own the New York Knicks and we're going to win a championship. This is a business. We have won a championship. I want it to continue to be a profitable business.
Yeah, but no fan wants to hear
that. No fan wants to hear it.
That's my argument.
By the way, James Dolan should have been advised not to say that.
Or, you know what he could have said? And I swear to God, this would be a non-story or it would be a different story. If he said, hey, guys, you familiar with the restrictions of the second apron? You know, we can't use a tax player mid-level. We can't trade cash. We can't acquire a player from another team in a sign-in trade. If you argue that for basketball reasons, why the flexibility is so hurt by going into the second apron, yeah, that's why it's there. I totally get it. I understand it. We can argue if it's too restrictive, especially if you're a championship team, because my argument back would be, if I'm a championship team, I'm already there. So I'm doing everything I can to maximize my window, and if that means being restricted by these things, I would do it. Those are fair reasons.
Of course.
Once you bring up a check, especially anyone who dropped $3,000 to go to a finals game, they're going to argue.
Well, some of them were more than $3,000.
Well, but those are from the secondary market.
Right.
I meant from the Knicks. Like the Knicks sold tickets for over $1,000 a pop. Like I understand why someone would say that can't be the reason. If the reason is the tax player mid-level, I get it. But the reason can't be the check. And that's at least how I heard it. Now, here's the beauty of things. I really trust Leon Rose, and I don't know how anyone else can.
Of course.
So I am hopeful for Knick fans, let me rephrase that correctly.
And his staff, as he gave credit to.
And his staff, that if Leon Rose sits James Dolan down and says, look, I know it's a big check, but here's why you have to write it. If you want to win another championship, this, according to me and my crew, is our best chance of doing it. I would hope he'd convince James Dolan to write the check. But that comment the other day, and that's why I bit my tongue for 2 days, because I was like, look.
Yeah, let them celebrate.
They won a championship. It is what it is. We'll wait till Friday. That's when Tiki said it's okay to talk about the offseason. That's the only trigger point that I had. Like, don't tell me there's a check too big to write. You can't say that to your fans.
So this comes back to how we started the show and how fans are feeling. Now, the question really is, how is James Dolan feeling? What does James Dolan want? Does he want to win another championship?
I would assume so, yeah.
I would assume so as well.
At what cost?
But it's caveated at what cost?
Right,
Do I want to win another championship? Because if I'm going to build a team traditionally, like almost every other champion, it's going to be through the draft. It's not going to be overpaying veterans ultimately getting to surpassing that second apron, having to pay a massive tax because it feels good for my fan base.
Right.
It feels good to have Karl Anthony Towns here for the next 5 or 6 years. He's got 1 year left on his deal. They got to figure it out. Are they going to do it this offseason? Are they going to wait till he's a free agent?
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson ultimately has to get repaid after his they classified it as a pay cut yesterday. I think Mayor Mamdani.
It was a discount.
It wasn't a pay cut. It was a pay discount.
It was a discount.
It was a discount. It wasn't a pay cut.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they're going to have to make some really hard decisions a couple of years from now. Not this year.
Right. And so the way I've always looked at the second apron since it was instituted is if you're a borderline team, stay away from it.
Right.
If you're a team looking for a quick fix, stay away from it. It only makes sense if you're a championship
And there
team.
haven't been a lot of teams that have done this.
4 teams have done it. That's
Cleveland last year, right?
Boston, Phoenix. I think Cleveland. I'm not
I
positive.
think Cleveland was this year.
It's a rare thing to do. Now, keep in mind, again, to get in the weeds, but just to explain that the Knicks are capable of going into the second apron. If they go into that second apron, but then dip out of it before the season's over, they get away from those restrictions.
Right.
And the whole frozen draft pick thing is only if you're above that second apron in 3 out of 4 years. I'm not talking about 3 years from now.
No.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about maximizing this window of winning an NBA championship. And so the Knicks are perfectly equipped to go into the second apron. Like James Dolan saying it's suicide. I think it's suicide for other teams.
It's suicide also if you're in it for 3 years. It's not suicide for maybe a year. And maybe not even.
Or maybe even not a full year, like you said, because you can dip out of it. I think the Celtics did that last year, where they were above it, and then they dipped out of it.
Right.
It's just the money thing, man. I don't think any fan wants to hear that. Now, this is the real test for Knicks fans because you just won a championship, and I am fully equipped and ready to hear from Knicks fans who say, we won a title, I don't care, shut up.
Right.
You're just a bitter Net fan, which has nothing to do
That's going to
with
be
this.
a lot of people.
I
mean, not a ton.
I got to be the bad guy, but I'm calling it like it is. Like sometimes I call it like it is, and I'm a Knicks fan, according to my fellow Net fans. Sometimes I call it is, and I'm a hater.
Right.
I'm just being honest. Like, and I've said this about Steve Cohen before. I've said it about how no one wants to hear an owner talk about that's too much money.
Especially an owner who's just won a championship.
Yes, and even though, because here's the other argument. Well, James Dolan has spent a lot of money. Of course he has. So has Steve Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
So has Hal Steinbrenner. That doesn't stop you from saying, why stop there?
Right.
That has never stopped the fan from saying that. But I just want to make sure, because in fairness to Dolan and to the audience, I wanted to make sure I heard him right. And that's why I played that clip from Craig and Big Mac. He said, I don't want to write that check.
I'm not writing that check. It's suicide to go into the second apron. And it is if you have to build your team via free agency. But the beauty of this Knicks team is that you can run it back as it is.
You can.
And probably get maybe not as far and win a championship, but you're not going to be bad.
Absolutely.
These guys are still in their prime. Their windows are still wide open.
Now keep in mind, what we're talking about in terms of who you'd lose if you don't go into the second apron, it's not Cat, it's not Mikal, it's not Jalen Brunson, it's not OG. We're talking about Landry Shamet and Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand.
And Alvarado has an option that he's probably going to opt in, to be honest with you. Why wouldn't he?
Well, to get more money. To get a big,
but did he do enough to be a high price free agent this offseason? He has a championship, so I'd say maybe, but I think he wants to stay here.
I think he wants to stay here. I think everyone wants to stay here. I think guys want to get paid. It's a business.
Yeah, I hear you.
So if I had to guess, and we are a week away from NBA free agency and a few days ahead of the NBA draft, and keep an eye on the draft because a lot of money is associated with that first round pick. It is not crazy, and we've seen Leon Rose do this, where he just gets rid of the pick.
Yep.
Which probably in a lot of ways makes sense if you're going to try to run it back. Trade it for future picks.
Right.
Clears out that potential money hold.
Yep.
And maybe gives you a better chance of keeping these players. But the players we're talking about are Landry Shamet and Mitchell Robinson specifically. And I understand, can you lose those guys and still win a championship? Of course. But I think the easiest
not
route.
if you come up against Wemby again.
Wow. Is that what you're thinking about?
Yes. You got to think. Think about the teams that have always been consistently good and get deep into the postseasons. I'm talking all sports. They build their teams, or their teams have been built to fight their biggest nemesis.
Right.
And let's face it, Wemby's going to be the pain in the ass coming out of the West.
Here are the guys who are signed for next year. Now, obviously, the Knicks could trade anybody away and clear up space, but Cat's going to make $56 million. OG's going to make $42 million. Jalen's going to make $37.7. Mikel's going to make $33. Josh is going to make $20. Deuce $3.9. Tyler Kolek $2.2. You mentioned Jose Alvarado's player option of $4.5 million. The free agents are Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, Jordan Clarkson, Jeremy Shohan. The restricted free agents, and I think there's a few of them you're going to keep an eye on, is Ariel Hukporti and Mohamed Diawara.
Of course.
Now,
Diawara was interesting in the regular season.
You want to bring him back. Now, Dylan Jones is a big one because they retired his number.
Right.
How do you lose Dylan Jones and his famous number 33? So we'll get your calls, Knicks fans. How do you feel? Are you even ready to have this discussion about the offseason? And if you were at the parade, let us know how great or bad it was. So we'll talk to you throughout the show, 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody, and by popular demand, because a lot of people over the last 24 hours have been questioning the mayor's Knick fandom off of his really impressive speech on Thursday afternoon. I did do a deep dive. So we will have a definitive answer on if Mayor Mondani is a true Knick fan or not. It is time for the Yankee Turning Point of the game. Be the first call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN. You'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card. It's from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's. And your flagship station for New York Yankee baseball, The Fan.
It's Tiki Barber here. The World Cup is deeply underway already. The United States takes on Australia this afternoon. It's going to be a great match to watch for sure. When it comes to getting the latest info on the world's biggest game, you got to trust the global leader in science, technology, and engineering, math, and more. That's at the New Jersey Institute of Technology. NJIT's Martin Tuckman School of Management has developed a digital dashboard for tracking fan sentiment and all things World Cup. You can find out all the great things like how loud is your city? Well, for the U.S., it better be very loud. Find out the most useful, up-to-the-minute local information for this global event at njit-worldcup.com.
Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey, with new locations opening in Comac, Babylon, and West Orange. Expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Wherever you are on your journey, they're there to help you move forward. They're the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today or call 855-321-ORTHO. Screw the commercial break. Let's take Nick calls. 888-808-1019. Ed is down in Melbourne, Florida. What's shaking, Ed?
How are you, Evan? The money issue, if you're still paying off Eddie Curry and Isaiah Thomas, it better not be an issue. Let me tell you.
That's funny.
Anyway, listen, I got one thing about the parade coverage you guys did and a quick thing about Sean again. Parade coverage was fantastic. Tiki, you alluded to the fact that you spoke to Mandami's speechwriter. I didn't know it was Joe Benigno. Because that guy covered everything.
Oh, man, he
some
nailed
lousy
it.
teams down here. I saw them 8 years ago with a bag over my head twice that year.
That's great.
how bad they were. I took my granddaughter, and we were embarrassed to be there, but we went because we're fans.
Right.
The parade coverage was great yesterday. I seen Clyde with his 2 rings showing them off was beautiful. And Evan, thank God you said about that Dogs Out song. I don't want to hear or see that anymore. I bleed blue and orange like you. I am done with that song. It brings back a bad memory of the World Series.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I heard Boomer and Gio mocking me this morning for even uttering the line after Mike Brown did it, saying, I forget what I said. I don't know who put the dogs out, but I know who put them away, the 2000 Yankees.
Yes.
That is not something that a lot of people get over. And if you're a Knicks Mets fan, there's a weird crossover there.
Well, you know what, Evan?
What?
I am sad that I missed that in real time. That is a hell of a line.
Oh, you like that line?
I didn't hear it. Maybe because I was too caught up in the moment, or the idiot that was dropping trash on our table when we were trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
Thank you
Evan.
very much. But do you understand? I know you were playing at the time, and it was 26 years ago.
I don't
But
remember
that
it becoming
song-
a big deal with the New York sports world.
That was the rally song of the 2000 Mets.
No,
who
I
ended up
remember that, but I don't
losing to the
remember it being
Yankees.
a polarizing song.
It was. It was. Now, if the argument is, Ev, get over it, it's 26 years, no one remembers, all right, I'm sure if you're under 35, you have no idea.
Right.
How old's our intern back there? How old are you, sir? How old are you, man? First of all, you can turn your mic on.
He is 20 years old.
Well, turn his mic on for a second. Turn my mic on! What's your name again, by the way?
What do you say?
What's your name? I forget.
Joe.
This isn't gonna. Joe, are you a Met or Yankee fan?
Met fan.
Do you know about who let the dogs out being associated with the 2000 Mets?
No chance. He's 20.
Let him answer. Do you know
Sorry,
about...
get the headphones on.
All right,
I
there
can't
you
hear
go.
you.
So we're all learning here. Do you know about who let the dogs out being associated with the 2000 Mets?
With the Mets? No.
Okay. See, you're
But
right.
do you know the song? I still can't hear. Ish. You don't know the song?
I forget. He can't hear
Yeah, he
us.
can't
It's
hear us.
okay. We'll figure it out.
that out.
It's all part of the internship. I think Tiki was proven right. Okay, for those 35 and older,
Right, there you go.
it annoys you. And if you're a Knick Met fan, you're probably sitting there confused. If you're a Yankee Knick fan, you're probably like, this is awesome. So
I'm just marveling at your line. Who let the dogs out? I don't know, but I know who put them away.
the 2000 Yankees.
That's great.
I'll play that clip for you later because I think it was pulled. We'll come right back. It's Evan and Tiki without Sean Morash till 2 this afternoon.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life, and also sponsored by Ray Cattina Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
The dream is real. The New York Knicks are NBA champions. Thank you for making the fan part of this unforgettable championship journey.
Let's keep this energy going, baby, because this championship is about you guys. This is New York City championship.
New York, this one's for you. The Knicks are champions. For the biggest names, the biggest reaction, and the biggest celebration, stay with a fan.
All right, guys, our friends at Flag and Anthem just dropped their exclusive America 250 collection. Premium, ultra-comfortable, patriotic gear celebrating America's 250th birthday. Perfect for you or dad. Use code WFAN25 to get 25% off. Flag and Anthem, premium clothes without the premium price tag. Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Their expert team makes shopping easy and stress-free. One reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison for luxury driving all summer long.
Want to stream the soccer matches while working from home? Your secret is safe with us. Verizon Mobile customers can switch to Fios Home Internet for just $20 a month, or get Fios and score 3 months of the Fox One perk on us. Then $15 a month to catch every match without blowing your cover. Visit Verizon.com to switch today. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount, enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Hey, it's Todd from Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Are you ready to make this the summer? With incredible lease and financing options, get behind the wheel of any new Jeep or Ram truck during the Make This the Summer event at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Australia is trading at 17% to beat Argentina, meaning a $100 trade pays out $570 if they win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. So for a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's code CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking,
and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
As World Soccer hits the big stage, take the field with Fanatics Sportsbook. It's built for fans who want more from their bet. This summer, Fanatics Sportsbook is making every moment count with 10 100% profit boosts over the first 10 tournament days. That's 1 profit boost per game day. So every time the world's best hits the pitch, you've got a chance to double your winnings. And every goal, every save, every result means more. Plus, new customers get up to $1,000 in fan cash. That's $100 bet matched every day for your first 10 days. The world is ready. Are you? Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. CT, call 888-789-7777. MA, call 800-327-5050. NY, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
The wait is finally over. The New York Knicks are NBA champions. For complete championship coverage from the station that lived every moment of the journey, stay with the Fan.
And this Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The Knicks championship run created the first ever net loss for New York sportsbooks. The New York State Gaming Commission announced a $48 million loss for the week ending June 14th, the first time they've ever ended in the red.
Wow. First time ever?
So I guess a lot of people, they were underdogs. Maybe everyone thought the Spurs would win.
Didn't we say this? This is the problem with these sharps, is that they want New Yorkers because there's so many of them.
So make them favorites.
But they want them to be pissed off and bring in the money.
But then if the Knicks win, like what happened, you hear what Connor said. Yeah, you lose money.
But they bet against the Knicks.
And it felt like everyone felt the Knicks were a better team. It was just that people thought the Western Conference was better. So it was a little bit of like a...
But I also think, Connor, to your point, people discounted how good the Knicks became, especially when they got to the postseason. Like they just took it as they'll cool off. They're not going to stay hot for 4 series. There's no chance.
I think it was also that the East was bad, but the Knicks were dominating in such a way that we needed to look past it, and some people couldn't.
Yeah.
So, like, 2 truths were happening at the same time.
No doubt.
For those that tried to discredit the Knicks, they said, well, they're beating nobody. But what they left out was the Knicks weren't just beating these teams, they were annihilating these teams.
They were bludgeoning these teams.
Right. And I think that...
What was the closeout differential, like plus 30, like average?
It was great, yeah. We did the math on it, going back even to last year with Boston.
The greatest point differential in the history of the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. And also, if you bet on them like I did, and I know Sean did, when they were down by whatever in the 20s against San Antonio in Game 4, you also cleaned up.
No, dude, I told you. I had a friend that made $40,000 because he bet big.
And the same thing in the closeout game. They were underdogs to begin with. They were trailing most of the game. If you did any kind of live betting, and in these areas it would be the Knicks, you cleaned up. Mm-hmm. So it makes perfect sense. Here is what our caller was referring to. This was when Mike Brown was doing his Who Let the Dogs Out thing. And I dropped a reference to the 2000 Mets.
Without you, this wouldn't be possible. Let's go one time. Who let the dogs out?
Oh, no.
Who let the dogs out? I love you, New York.
I don't know who let the dogs out, but I know who put them back in the kennel, the 2000 Yankees.
You like that one?
thought the delivery was excellent. You should have gotten up there and spoke for Dolan. The delivery yours was fantastic.
The problem with Dolan's speech was, even if he's kind of right with what he said.
He was absolutely right. He just didn't deliver it.
He didn't deliver it well, and I also just think sometimes it's not the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's sort of hypocritical in that.
Save it. But when else is he going to get his zing back?
I know, and I know he doesn't like the mayor, and that's fine, but when you're meeting the mayor and getting the keys to the city, do a photo op with him. It's like any player that goes to the White House. If you choose to go to the White House, don't be a jerk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like this hypocrisy where none of us can get through politics. We just can't.
Yeah, you're right.
And they don't like each other, which is fine. They don't have to like each other. I totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like he couldn't put it past them. and look, Mamdani sort of did it too because he referred to Oakley. But I also think Charles Oakley's a big part of Knicks history.
He is a big part of Knicks history.
And to leave him out would be disingenuous.
And Oakley he went to all the away games.
He did, yeah.
He wanted to be a part of this as bad as any of the other legends that James Dolan has a great relationship with. So that was fan-ish. That was him being a fan, Mamdani.
Are you sure? Are you positive?
I'm setting you up, Evan. That was him being a fan. Or at least his speechwriter being a fan.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate on if he's a fan or not. I'll reveal my results because I did do an exhaustive search last night after Devin Williams held on and the Mets won and the Yankees lost to the White Sox, which we'll get to later. And I have uncovered some details about Mayor Mamdani. Good or bad.
And what his fandom is.
And his real fandom. Because Dolan said...
I know what his real fandom is.
Brooklyn Nets.
He has tweeted about the Brooklyn Nets, by the way. Well, he's the mayor of New York City. I mean, he's also said he's a Mets fan. Well, there's a chance in November the Yankees are going to have a parade. And I think the best course of action, and Rudolph Giuliani was really good at this, just be honest. Like, Rudy would show up to Met Yankee games with his Yankee hat on and be like, dude, I'm not going to screw around. I'm a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
And I think what you need to do in this town is just be who you are, and I think we'll all accept it. That's the key.
Yeah, I think, but you also are the mayor, and all of your constituents are fans of all these different teams. In some ways, you kind of have to be a fan of everything.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Sort of, but here's
the thing. You don't have to be a fan. You don't have to be the diehard buying the hats and being at the arenas or the ballparks and screaming and yelling and doing all. You don't have to do all of that. But you do have to acknowledge them without any kind of hate or condescension in your voice.
Yeah, and I give a lot of credit to the former governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie. I mean, he's got 2 football teams. He's also got, a 3rd football team because there's so many Eagle fans living in New Jersey.
100%.
And this guy decided, I give so little Fs about what people think, I'm going to remind them I'm a Cowboy fan. Like, say what you want about him. That is some of the most badass stuff you'll ever see.
Yeah.
You talk about not caring. Like, he has everyone in that state from a sports fandom perspective, or at least most people in that state, hating his guts.
They should have hated him from a sports standpoint. Because if you're going to be a fan of anybody in the Northeast, don't let it be the Cowboys.
But he's genuinely a Cowboy fan.
Of course. So you be honest about it.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do. All right, let's get to some of your calls, and then we'll reveal the deep dive results on Mayor Mamdani. 888-808-1019. Mike is in Clifton Park. What's up, Mike?
Hey, great show, guys.
Appreciate it.
So I'm a Knicks fan and I'm a Mets fan, but in terms of the Knicks, I'm really excited about the future. I can't wait to hear from Leon Rose. I didn't realize we had these draft picks, so I'm curious to see how he manages that. I'm not concerned about Dolan's statements. I think he was pretty relaxed and just kind of blurting things out. And I think really Leon Rose, I mean, as the GM, I think he'll probably try to bring back the team and stay under the second apron like all GMs would want to do.
Right.
But I think if he has to go to the second apron and he makes the case, hey, we're investing in winning, this will help us to Dolan. I don't think Dolan will hesitate. Dolan has spent millions of dollars losing for 20 years.
I think that's the hope, and that's the belief you would have that Leon Rose runs this show. And when Leon Rose goes to this owner and says, here's the best course of action, we studied it with Brock Aller and William Wesley, and we broke down the cap in every scenario. And yeah, unfortunately, we should go into the second apron. The hope is he'll convince the owner to write that massive check.
Right.
And have contingency plans on actually ducking out of the second apron even before the season is completed.
And I think that would be the smart plan. You get into it, and if the writing will be clear to you, what the season's going to look like or what the chemistry is like, or is there a chance to repeat? And if there's a real chance to repeat, screw the money.
Yeah, because the window, and we've had this argument before of how big the window is.
Yes.
The window is a couple of years, and it could be shorter than we realize, so you got to take advantage of it. You got to go for it. You got to almost, and the other reason why the window may not be as big as we think is we talk about the second apron now in terms of keeping Landry Shamet, Mitchell Robinson, and Jose Alvarado and players like that.
Yeah.
The real question's going to be next year when Karl Anthony Towns says, I'm opting out. And the Knicks have to make a decision, and they can make that decision right now, too, on if they want to give him $65 million a year. And the answer is probably going to be no.
Right.
Like Karl Anthony Towns, I don't think is finishing his career as a New York Knick.
No.
Now, I don't think
There's
the
too
Knicks,
many years left.
I don't think right now they would duck out a cat. Like, because that's another possibility. Another possibility is to look at this starting five and say, you know what? Cat's value is high. Let's move on. Let's create that room.
That would be cold-blooded. It would be.
Of course it's cold-blooded.
That would be very hard. It would be hard, and it'd be emotionally, it's slap in the face to Cat. Now, the Knick fan might say, okay, I get it, because half of his time here, I have not liked him, but it would be a slap in the face to a guy who helped you win a championship in a major way.
It is a business.
I understand.
And
it's a
Leon
business.
Rose is an agent. He is a cold-blooded businessman. Now, personally, as an IBO, I wouldn't do it right now. This is something for next year, in my opinion. But right now, like, is it possible they go down that route? Sure. I mean, that's a lot of money. And I don't think they view Karl Anthony Towns as a player that's going to finish his career here, but it is a business. It's a cold-blooded business,
right,
but it's a business. Let's go to Vinny in Staten Island. Hey, Vinny.
Evan and Tiki, what is up?
Oh, it's good, man.
What's up?
So I was at the parade yesterday, and before I say that, Evan, if I could just bring up something real quick. I called you about 3 years ago, and you yelled at me, and I told you the missing Infinity Stone was Mikal Bridges. And it happened, and it's unbelievable.
Are you looking
Now,
for an apology? Is that what
yes,
you're looking for?
Yes. I would like an apology.
I, Evan Roberts, apologize to you, Vinny from Staten Island, for A, not believing the Nets would be dopey enough to trade Mikal Bridges to the New York Knicks, and then B, the fact that he did turn out to be at least one of the final Infinity Stones, and now he's an NBA champion. So you're right, I'm wrong, I'm an idiot, and I'll have to live with it forever.
Thank you. I still love you, Evan.
Thanks.
Now, with the parade, this was the first parade that I ever got to experience, and we got on the ferry last night at 2:30 in the morning, and the waiting, not 8-9 hours, but it was the most amazing experience. I would do it all over again. It was euphoric. Like, as a Knicks fan, I never thought I would see this day, and it was just a party, and it's great for the city, man. Me and my friends had the best time ever, and I can't even put into words how much fun we had.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did. I think those that didn't have a good time are the ones that didn't get in because this parade turned people away.
Yeah,
if
they
you
had
didn't get
at
to
some
that
point.
viewing area at a certain time, and I know there are many people that attempted to get to this parade, attempted to get there, and they never got there. And I think those are the ones that have a bad experience.
Well, they have
with
a
the
bad
parade.
experience, but I got to give Sean credit because Sean has been to a couple of these parades, and so on Wednesday when you were off, Sean and I talked about the parade and the protocols, and he warned everybody, get there early. Now, you might not have been listening to us, and that's whatever. That's your fault for not listening to us. But he said, get there early, because though you're going to wait for a long time, it'll be worth it instead of trying to show up right at the beginning of the parade, because you're not going to get in.
Yeah, I think I know what I'll do if I ever get to a parade.
You'll get there at 4:45 like you did for this parade. He literally took a picture and is in our group chat at 4:50 in the morning.
I did do that, yeah.
Like, what the hell are you doing,
I was
bro?
going to have an adventure and go the night before. Like if the Jets or the Mets or I guess I wouldn't have
Actually,
to.
you know what? That would actually be the smart thing to do.
Because that'd be fun.
Of course.
You plant your flag wherever you want to sit. You bring yourself a pillow. Now, that's more challenging in February if it's the Jets.
That's a good point.
In November with the Mets or Yankees, it's hit or miss, right? Because you could get a nice day.
Yeah. Yesterday would have been ideal.
Yes.
It would have been ideal. It was nice out.
It was look, I know we had some raindrops, but it was warm. And I don't think I'd have to worry about this with the Nets because there'll be less people there. And by the way, I don't want to hear it from my fellow Net fans because I actually engaged, and I shouldn't have done it on social media yesterday. I'm taking crap from Net fans because A, I went to the parade. Hey, dumbasses, I work. And number two, you're too nice to the Knicks. You make fun of how many fans the Nets have. I call it like it is, and it sucks, but it's true. It's like talking about the Mets. It sucks, but it's true. It's like talking about Aaron Glenn and the Jets. It sucks, but it's true. It's like Tiki destroying some play call decisions at the end of the Denver Giant game last year. It sucks, but it's true.
Right. I'm not being a hater. I'm being an analyst.
That's it.
All right. It's calling it like I see it. An IFO in that case, but an IBO in this case for you.
So I'm sorry if I sound like a hater. I'm not of my own teams. There will be less people at a net parade. I won't have to leave at 10 o'clock at night.
Well, Evan, it's a very sensitive time for Nets fans. Very sensitive time. So that's what's happening here, I think.
I'm sensitive, too. I should be the most sensitive. I have to work the freaking parade. And I think I put on a very capable happy face. I put on such a happy face. I got people like you and Boomer accusing me of being a closet Knicks fan.
I just say that to mess with you.
Oh. Okay.
I only say that because you have Knicks season tickets.
Well, that's I don't get into it.
That's a monetary thing.
Let's go to John in Connecticut. What's up, John?
Hey guys, couple things real quick. One thing that was missing from.
No, well, we had you.
Sorry, we lost you. Call back. We'll try to pop you on. Let's go to Dan in Staten Island. Hey, Dan.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo.
So as a 42-year-old diehard Met fan, Knicks fan, and Giant fan, what's up, Tiki?
Oh, it's good.
I got to put this "Who Let the Dogs Out" thing to bed, Evan. So I downloaded that song on Napster in 2000.
Napster,
I was
holy
living and dying
crap.
on that song back then. You are out of your mind if you think that any Knicks fan, Met fan, during this experience was letting it bother them that Mike Brown was singing "Who Let the Dogs Out," man.
Well, the only thing that would bother you, Dan, the only thing that would bother you is his cadence is wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's too long on the who. Who let the dog? It's like, no. It's who let the dogs out, right? You got to say it quicker.
Evan, I think this is an insult to injury kind of thing for you, man, because as a Net and Met fan, like it's just you got to sit there at the parade and then you're listening to this also. So I get it would be a gut punch, but no, there's not one Met Knicks fan that is letting this bother them right now. So let's just end that.
Okay, can I ask you a question then? Like I'm interviewing you because I'm curious. Did that song ever bother you, or was it like you didn't care about it when thinking about the 2000 Mets?
So back then, like when it was out, during that time, you mean?
No, like
if it came out
like 3 years ago, like if someone started playing that song in 2021, would you say, "Oh, the 2000 Mets," or did it become non-associated with that?
I mean, I don't know how many people were pumping the Baja Men 3 years ago to even have it had come up in conversation. But if it did, maybe I would have been like, it's kind of cringy.
All right.
But
no, you know what I think happened then? I think that maybe this cleanses Who Let the Dogs Out for you. That's how I would phrase it. For someone like me, it's still awful. But for someone like you, it's like, okay, I've cleansed myself from this song because now I could associate it with Mike Brown and the Knicks. And that's like closure. It's like Joe the other day said, hey, the ghosts have been slayed. The dragons have been slayed. He thinks of Charles Smith differently. John Starks, Game 7, like Patrick Ewing Figaro. Like maybe the ghosts of that song get to go away. Yeah. Because now you can connect it to the
Let the dogs out. Right. It's got co-opted in a different way and brought over to the Knicks. It's no longer a Mets thing.
That's right. All right. I respect that. Let's go to the limo driver, Ed. What's going on, LME or LDE or LDE?
Hey. All right, brother. Hey, listen. Hey, guys. How you doing? Hey, listen, I think the mayor did an excellent job, even though, regardless of what, it had little tears in my eyes, man. I tell you that. It's the way he spoke about all the players and everything. But I don't know. Did he mention everybody? Did he mention Mr. Robinson? I don't think he did. I didn't hear him. He was calling everybody else's name out on the team. But I don't know if he mentioned Robinson.
I'd have to go back and examine that. Now, one thing I didn't notice. Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, he did, because he talked about the great rebound, one of the great rebounds, and didn't he talk about the rebound?
I don't remember. I mean, he said a lot in that speech, but I did see them personally on the side hugging each other. Mitchell Robinson and Mayor Mamdani. Like there was a closeness
when they first sat down.
Yes.
Mitch was, I think, the only player that got up and gave him a hug.
Correct, which is funny because everyone's been speculating about Mitchell Robinson's politics recently. And he went out there and gave him like a big old bear hug. So I'm not sure if he mentioned Mitchell Robinson, but there did seem to be a closeness between the mayor and Big Mitch. And you know what's amazing? It's June 19th. We still don't know how he injured the fifth metacarpal.
it wasn't it was his hand.
Whatever. We don't know how he got hurt, Tiki.
It was his palm. We don't.
Isn't that crazy?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. Don't you want to know now?
We saw all these videos too after the fact, and he's shaking hands with people. It was nothing. It was minor.
It turned out to be a no biggie.
Yeah.
The Knicks won anyway. He's a part of
So Tommy was right. Positive Tommy was right.
Well, but he always says positive things.
Yeah, but he also said this is no biggie.
Yeah, everything's no biggie.
But it was.
But don't you, out of curiosity, want to know how he got hurt? Now that it doesn't matter?
Not really.
Really?
Like, he's going to say I dropped one of my monster truck tires on my hand.
But look, you're right. The answer, is not going to change our view on him, but I'm a big fan of finding out things after the fact. Like, I thought it was great that they leaked the Dolan speech. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
10 weeks. Give me 10 weeks. No sex. No fornication. That was awesome. So if you told me, Mitchell Robinson, here's how he got hurt, no one's formulating any crazy opinion on him. It's more just, it's good to know. No biggie. Now we get to find out. Let's go to Mickey and Walcott. Hey, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey.
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call, and happy Friday.
Thank you.
So I got 2 points I want to drive home. The first one is going to be about the parade, and then the second one is going to be about the comments our owner said about the apron.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at the parade yesterday, and I got to be honest with you. It was fun for what it was, but I'm actually disappointed. I expected a better turnout. Admittedly, I'm one that's been to many parades in New York City, specifically Manhattan, whether it's the Puerto Rican parade, Dominican parade, all of the above. I've been to all of these, and I feel like the location they picked was absolutely the worst location for this parade.
Yeah, but that's where the history tells you. But that's where history tells you it has to be, right? So you can't blame them, fault them for that.
No, absolutely. And it's just going through it and then the lockout. I'm coming from Connecticut. I started my day at 5 a.m, did the drive down, got there, and I barely saw anything. It was still a great experience because of the people. The people of New York embraced it. I loved it. The energy, it was intoxicating. It was lovely. It was an amazing experience. Now, in terms of the apron situation, because I did hear him say that on the radio. What was it, Wednesday, I think it was. And I got a little disappointed by that, and because it made me think of OG and Anobi. It made me think of Mitchell Robinson, and it also started to make me think about Giannis again, and the fact that maybe we should trade for Giannis if you're not going to do things like go over the apron and whatnot, just to keep the competitive spirit in this team going into next year, and maybe even trying to create a dynasty out of this.
I don't know where or why trading for Giannis would fit into that, because he makes a ton of money.
Yeah.
He's going to demand a new contract. That's part of the negotiation power that he has.
Yeah, that's ultimately why it's a non-starter in my mind for the Knicks. It doesn't make any real sense.
It doesn't make a lot of sense at this point. It's more making the tough decisions around the second apron and how willing this owner is going to be to write a big check, and how willing Leon Rose is going to be to deal with the restrictions of hitting the second apron.
It also isn't the right, and who don't get any X's and O's. We're just after the season just ended, but he's not the right fit for Jalen Brunson. Think about why Jalen Brunson was so effective in fourth quarters. It's because you use your center and pull him out. You pull out the big men, right? You pull Wemby out to the perimeter so Jalen Brunson can get into the paint and score at will. So Giannis didn't pull anybody out to the 3-point line.
I got good news for you though.
Is he all of a sudden turning into like a 35% 3-point shooter?
No, it hasn't happened. It's not going to happen. That's why I've been very skeptical on how he'd age.
Yeah.
Because he relies on his athleticism. He's a taller Russell Westbrook. And I know that comparison may not make a lot of sense, but what I mean by that is Russ had a tough time aging well because of not having that outside shot. Yes. I think Giannis at 35 is going to be ugly. So the good news, though, is I think Giannis is getting traded this weekend. And I think that will have closure to this. He'll be on a new team, whatever that team is. I'm still not sure.
Wait, that's who you picked to be in the Eastern Conference or Western? Oh no, what'd you say? Eastern Conference?
Miami.
Eastern Conference.
Miami.
Eastern Conference final team.
I said Miami. We'll find out. We'll see where he ends up. We actually made Giannis trade predictions 9 months ago. I don't think any of us will be right, but we're going to hold to that. And when he gets traded, we'll play the audio.
Right.
Let's guess the turning point of last night's Yankee game. Yankees dropped the final game of their 3-game series against the Chicago White Sox. Believe it or not, I have 2 answers to this. I have what is clearly going to be the turning point, but I also have what I think should be the real turning point. So let's start with what's probably the answer, which has to be the Andrew Benintendi Grand Slam, correct?
That's what changed the game.
It was a 1-1 game.
Yes. All of a sudden, it was 5-1.
You forget Andrew Benintendi still plays baseball.
I kind of did, to be honest with you.
Or that he was a Yankee at some point.
Right. Very briefly. Got hurt, unfortunately. So here is what I assume is the turning point of last night's Yankee loss.
Left-hand hitter, homered in game 1. Swings and a drive.
Oh, man.
Deep right field. And it's a grand slam for Andrew Benintendi. First pitch off the bench. It is now a 5-1 White Sox lead. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's such disgust from Dave Sims. Susan was like, oh, no.
She gives the oh, no.
She's the best.
This isn't good.
Oh, God.
On Camilo Duvall's first pitch out of the pen.
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Very nasty.
I mean, it was quick. But that wasn't the turning point. Believe it or not.
What was, in your mind, the turning point?
Some Yankee fans in their car right now are going to nod.
By the way, that was the turning point.
That was the turning point.
Okay. What is your turning point?
1-1 game, 1 out and nobody on, and Anthony Volpe does this!
Volpe with a triple last night when the Knicks were here in our broadcast booth. Swung on. Here's a drive deep to left. Going back to left fielder, leaping. Can't get it. Perez couldn't get it. And Volpe going for 3. He's got Greedy. Here's the throw to third. They got him. Should have held it second. Can't have that out at third. So like I said, he got greedy.
Dave Sims said he got greedy.
That was not the turning point.
I think it was, though.
But turning point because what? If
they would have had a chance to take the lead.
He stays at second.
Yeah.
A base hit comes behind him.
They take the lead.
They take the lead 2-1.
The White Sox aren't bunting. Maybe Tim Hill doesn't hit 3 guys.
That was not the turning point.
I think it was the turning point.
The bullpen usage is different at that point.
I just think it's a different game.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah. I really do think that was
that was not the turning point.
You are too deep.
What do you mean?
That's way too.
Baseball season again, baby. Got to get into it.
It could even be when Volpe got thrown out trying to steal second, where he was a foot away from the bag, and his slide took like 15 seconds to get there.
That was like Major League. Yeah, that wasn't good. So take your pick. Obviously, the Benintendi Grand Slam is the play you remember, but the Yankees only scored 1 run.
Yeah,
it's tough to win games when you only score more.
Sometimes
score 1 run.
You don't hit.
No, they certainly hit in the first 2 games.
Of course they did.
Scored 100 runs, and they did win the series.
This is the first game in like forever where I feel like Cody Bellinger didn't have a hit.
Yeah.
He has a hit every game.
And keep this in mind about the New York Yankees right now, without Aaron Judge, because we're keeping track, 9-5. Mm-hmm. And that is far better than the way they have fared over the last 5 years of that.
It feels like it's much more than that. And I think it's partly because the Rays have been scuffling, and so they're pulling away in the American League East.
Yep.
But they're only 4 games over 500. It's not like they're 12 and 2. So it feels like it's better than it actually is.
No doubt. We'll get to the Yankees a little bit later on, as well as some hope for the New York Mets. 888-808-1019. We'll get back to your calls in a few minutes, including our results on if Mayor Mamdani is truly a Knicks fan. It's Evan and Tiki without Sean Morash till 2 o'clock.
Congratulations, New York Knicks, on your championship win. HSS are the proud official hospital of the New York Knicks. The orthopedic care they count on all season long. The same #1 ranked care that's kept professional athletes, weekend warriors, and New Yorkers moving for over 160 years. To learn more or make an appointment, visit hss.edu. Most major insurance plans accepted. HSS, the official hospital of the NBA champion New York Knicks.
Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Windorama keeps the Northeast's largest in-stock selection of Anderson windows, patio doors, and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They build them in-house to keep your jobs on track. And with Rama Rewards for Pros, earn up to 2% back, plus perks like free delivery. Windorama for Pros, your job, your deadline, your team. Visit windorama.com to learn more.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
For those of you still waiting to jump into the red, white, and blue deep end, what are you waiting for? Team USA faces Australia, and a win clinches a spot in the knockout round today. Eric Winalda saying yesterday he thinks this team could make it all the way to the semis. Break out the Stars and Stripes banana hammock you usually save for your trip to the beach. Grill some meat, and let's make American independence a weeks-long celebration rather than just a weekend. The summer of soccer is here. It's okay to jump on the bandwagon. I'm Chris Mann.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and learn how you can get 3% back plus an instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hi, it's Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuck It. 15 years, 15 million shirts sold, and we're still the best in the game, which means Untuck It also has the best gifts for Father's Day, now on sale. He'll love to unwrap wrinkle-free cotton to save him time in the morning, performance stretch styles he never has to iron, polos for golf, and more, all perfect for the summer. Shop our Father's Day sale going on now at untuckit.com or at one of our 80-plus stores nationwide. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up, a whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Living with a chronic illness that requires IV medication? Say hello to state-of-the-art private suites for all of your infusion needs at ThriveWell Infusion, providing exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
It's the road ahead, brought to you by the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Visit your local Kia dealer today. The team from the Bronx begins its 3-game series against Cincinnati before heading out on a 7-game trip against Detroit and Boston.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Enjoy the excitement of the World Soccer Championship with Schweppes Ginger Ale. Crisp, refreshing, and full of classic flavor. Schweppes Ginger Ale is the perfect companion for every thrilling match, every big save, and every game-winning goal. Pick up the iconic taste of Schweppes at your local ShopRite and enjoy it while cheering on your favorite soccer team. Make every match a winning experience with a delicious Schweppes Ginger Ale. Available at another winner, your local ShopRite store.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
Well, Lorenzo, the pitch looked good.
Yeah,
So green.
USA Keeper was decent enough.
Didn't have much to do.
99 minutes.
Not a single goal. Well, Bet365 sure came through, though. I bet $10 and get $365 in bonus bets just for signing up.
At least someone scored.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Maryland. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
The world's biggest soccer tournament is here, and so are extra-packed trains and gridlocked highways. Ditch the commute and work from home with Fios. Verizon Mobile customers can switch to Fios Home Internet for just $20 a month, or get Fios and score 3 months of the Fox One perk on us. Then $15 a month to catch every match without blowing your cover. Visit Verizon.com to switch today. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins AeroBurst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of AeroBurst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
Now is the time. This is the place. June 24th through the 28th at TPC River Highlands. Visit TravelersChampionship.com for information.
New York has its title. The 2026 NBA champion New York Knicks. For complete championship coverage, insight, reaction, and everything orange and blue, stay with the Fan. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, an Odyssey sports station.
We'll talk to you on the phone lines as the show rolls on. 888-808-1019 and some Yankee and Met thoughts as we take you throughout this Friday. But yesterday at the Knicks parade, Mayor Mamdani made a great speech. Now, some are saying it's the speechwriter and he delivers a great speech, but it doesn't prove he's a Knicks fan. Others are saying proves he's a Knicks fan. So I was mixed. I was like, I don't know. How the hell would I know? None of us actually know. It's usually our political brains that form decisions. You know what I mean?
That's a shame for politicians whenever they speak about anything.
I know.
It doesn't matter. You're going to get criticized or you're going to get questioned no matter how ideal or spot on your speech is, because his was.
I agree.
And especially when you put it relative to everybody who came after him.
Oh, it was the best.
It wasn't even close.
It was an awesome speech.
Yes.
But I think opinions are mostly formed based on biases, not based on the truth. So I tried to find the truth. So the first thing I did is I went to the mayor's Twitter handle to see how often has he tweeted about the New York Knicks and even the Brooklyn Nets, just to see, like, is he a fraud? Now, I'm going to take out recent tweets because that doesn't show you anything.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to take out vaccine tweets because there's a lot of vaccine stuff from 2021. Like giving the Nets credit for their vaccines rules or the Garden credit. That's not a Knicks or Nets.
This is all relative to sports.
Correct.
Okay.
I found one tweet about the Brooklyn Nets. I'm getting them out of the way first.
Okay.
We got to address, like, is he a fan of either team? On June 20th, 2021, the day after, which means, yes, happy anniversary to the Durant foot on the line game, Mayor, or not Mayor at the time, but Mayor now Mamdani tweeted, heartbreaking loss for the Nets. Shirlane and I thought they had the game and the championship, but injuries took a painful toll. Gutsy effort by Durant and so close at the end. My plea to the Nets, keep this group together, and bring home a championship to Brooklyn next year.
Now, was he like the borough president or something in Brooklyn?
Can you find out
what was he doing
I thought
at
he
that
was
point?
city council or something.
City council, whatever his title was he representing Brooklyn? And is that why he's talking about bring a championship to Brooklyn?
Well, I'll go a few weeks earlier.
Because it wasn't like bring a championship to New York.
Well, that's a net branding thing. They're not New York. They're Brooklyn, which, whatever. That's a different story.
That might be the problem.
3 weeks earlier, Mayor Mamdani tweets, hell of a run for the Knicks this year. They put the league on notice, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come. To the New York Knicks, on behalf of your city, thanks for reminding the world to never count out a New Yorker. I have to admit, these first two tweets, very political.
Yeah.
And it's 2021.
Right.
So at that time, it looks like he was representing New York's 36th State Assembly District, which is Astoria and Long Island City.
So not Brooklyn.
So Queens.
Yeah,
right.
Queens. He also tweeted earlier this year after the Knicks won the NBA Cup. Breaking, New York City delivers its first Knicks championship since Mayor Lindsay. So proud of the Knicks for winning their first trophy in decades and telling those Texans who's really not to mess with.
Okay.
This is all very political. I got to tell you.
That is so political, and it's not even close to being fandom-ish.
This is when they hired Mike Brown. Welcome to New York, Coach. I know all of Knicks Nation and New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs are ready to relive the excitement of the past season.
Is he even writing these, or is this a speechwriter?
This is the problem. All of his tweets are like this. There are no genuine Nick tweets.
Yeah, there's no fandom in anything he says.
I could not find one.
Except for what he said at the parade.
Right, which we all admit was a great speech,
Right.
but we're trying to kind of dig deeper on this. And so
So tweeting gives you nothing.
Twitter tells us
Nothing.
there's no...
Twitter tells you he's a politician.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be fair here.
And by the way, that's what he is. So,
But would a Knicks fan say, I hope for a Brooklyn Nets championship next season, even if it's a political thing?
You can't say that.
You can't say that.
It's like a Net fan saying that about the Knicks. So I think this hurts him. But
well, maybe he was planning on running for governor. I mean, a mayor at that point, and so he's got to get
cozying up to the Brooklyn people.
He's got to get Brooklyn's vote.
He's got to get those 55. It's very important. Sorry, now Net fans are mad at me.
He's got to get you and the other 30 guys.
I don't live in the city anymore. He ain't getting me. Now, this has been talked about a lot, but I needed to find the audio to prove it. At a mayoral debate, he and his opponent was asked, name a current Knick besides Jalen Brunson. So I'm going to play for you the question, the other guy who I don't care who it is, but we'll let you hear it, and then Mamdani's answer, and you tell me what you take out of this.
Name a member of the current New York Knicks who is not Jalen Brunson.
What is this,
Mr. Stringer?
Is this the weakest link?
Aaron Rodgers.
That is not Mamdani.
Come on, Scott.
Okay.
Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
Tibbs.
That was Mamdani.
Okay.
He said Tibbs.
When was this?
This was a mayoral debate, I guess, about a year and a half ago.
Okay, so Tibbs was still there.
He was there, but the question is name a current. Quick, repeat it one more time. I want to know.
So who said Mikal Bridges?
I forget the guy's name.
So there was 3 of them.
There were multiple guys.
Oh, okay, I got you. So you don't have to play it again. So there was 3 of them.
The answer Mamdani gave was Tibbs. Now, what was the question again? Let me hear this.
Name a member of the current New York Knicks who is not Jalen Brunson.
Okay, a member. I mean, it's kind of right. And also, why would you know the coach and not know a player?
Right.
Because I think this is being used as, C doesn't know anything about the Knicks. He said Tibbs. Well, he knew Tibbs.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that something?
A lot of people don't know the head coach.
One guy's saying Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Scott Stringer. Come on, dude.
Is that who it was?
I think so.
I did not do the research on the other people because they were relevant to me. It was more just Mamdani. So Mamdani did say Tibbs. So my research told me he's never really tweeted about the Knicks very much.
4 more years.
And his answer to name anyone on the Knicks. See, here's what bothers me about this. This is why I'm concerned he's not a fan. And concerned isn't the right word.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give a fair answer. I'm not a political hack. I'm just I'm searching for the truth. If I was asked on a debate stage to name a Nick, a Net, a Jet, a John, name whomever, I would have named the whole freaking lineup. I would have shamed the person for the question.
Right.
Oh,
how dare you?
You want me to name a Nick? And I'd start at the very bottom. So If you're a Knicks fan, you're not just saying Tibbs very quickly.
Okay, so we're starting to feel like he's not really a Knicks fan.
I'm feeling it's a little bit more fraudulent than maybe I felt yesterday.
Is there any more evidence that we can use to adjudicate this?
That's all I found. Now, do you have any evidence? You're tight with a lot of people. You know people. Have there been rumblings behind the scenes about his fandom?
No, well, this caught me during his speech. So he's rolling off all these names. The old heads.
Ronaldo Bachman.
Exactly.
Tony Douglas.
100%. Patrick Ewing. Stephon Marbury throwing in a quip about then going to sell shoes to everybody who can't afford them. Right? It was also political. But he got to the former head coach.
Right.
And I know he said Tibbs at this debate. But in his speech, he said Tom Thibodeau.
Oh, I exonerate him.
No chance.
No, dude, we screw it up all the time.
No chance.
Come on.
If you are a diehard Knicks fan,
stop.
And in fact, you only exonerate him because you do this.
Exactly.
And Sean gets pissed off at you and says, Thibodeau is Kayvon.
Right.
Thibodeau is Tom. If you are a diehard, you know the difference. And it's insulting to call Tom Thibodeau Tom Thibodeau, even though his nickname is Tibbs.
I cannot.
So in his mind,
Yeah.
he read what his speechwriter, who was an excellent speechwriter, by the way.
No kidding.
Claps. I wish I could remember his name, but I met him. He's awesome.
That's right. You said you met the
I met him.
speechwriter.
And so he wrote it as he knows it, and Mamdani said Tibbs because that's the nickname.
I'm sorry, bro.
No,
I can't use pronunciations as any kind of evidence.
Are you kidding me?
Throw it out. Throw it out.
Are you kidding?
I screw up all the time. You know I love sports. Are you questioning my sports fandom?
What if he had said? What if someone had come up to you and said, "Hey, man, are you a big Knicks fan?" And they said, "Michael Bridges."
Yeah,
What would you say?
I'd say that's.
Oh, you just mispronounced his name. Oh no, you don't know his name. Like you maybe have read his name.
Right, so
you prepped this in some sort of let me get the crib sheet and write down everybody's name. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But let me just kind of say this: Michael Bridges.
Or somebody yesterday said Patrick Ewing.
Yes.
Oh God.
Hey, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
He didn't know his
So
real name.
your answer
he read his name.
So your answer is not a diehard.
He's not a diehard Knicks fan.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's all good. He's an Arsenal fan, by the way.
He's a what fan?
Arsenal soccer, European soccer.
All right, good
they
for
won
him.
the Premier League.
It's not disqualifying him as mayor. Of
course
it's
not.
It's actually a compliment that this discussion has taken place at bars around the country or around the city and in text chats or right here on the Fan. His speech was so good. We all acknowledge it was a great speech.
Oh, it was fantastic. More importantly, the delivery. He delivered it with the passion that was necessary for that moment.
1,000%.
Where nobody else really did. I guess Jalen Brunson did, and
Jalen's was awesome.
Rick Brunson was as well. But everybody else, it was like, dude, don't even talk.
So the reason,
just get up and wave. Say thanks, glad you're here.
No doubt. The reason it's a conversation is it was so good.
Yes.
We're like, all right, how real of a fan is he?
Yes.
And the answer I think we've come to is probably not that big of a fan.
Yeah.
That's the conclusion we. Now I wouldn't go as far as Dolan. Dolan said on the air, and I think it was because he's pissed at him, he's not a fan. I don't think you could say that.
No, of course he's a fan. He's just not your diehard.
Right, and there are different levels to fandom. I think we all know that. There are a lot of people listening, and we all self-identify. There are some diehards who don't miss a game, and there are others who stopped watching for a decade. It just is what it is.
Oh, there was a lot of those.
Yeah.
They were big fans until they stunk for so long, and it became more interesting to use your time doing other things. Right?
Absolutely.
Maybe they became bigger hockey fans.
Right.
During that decade or plus.
Or watched another team. Or stopped watching basketball.
Or if you like basketball, you watch the national broadcast.
Right.
As opposed to watching MSG.
And so we can measure fandoms, I guess. But the reality is most of the people they're Knicks fans. They're just different levels of it.
Yes.
But either way, great speech by Mamdani and his speechwriter. It was fantastic. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Let's go to Phil in Mayapack. What's up, Phil?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure, man. What's up,
love
dude?
the show.
Appreciate it.
I was down at the parade yesterday, and it was insane. I got separated from my son, and when we finally got together, we got stuck on William Street and John Street, and the awesome part about being there at that corner was there was a fitness center with a TV on the window. So even though we couldn't get inside because it was already to capacity, just being together with all those Knicks fans and having a view of the actual parade made it special. So I think if the city was gonna do another party, at the Canyon of Heroes, they need to just make it viewable for everyone. I think if they did that, you'd hear less complaining from the fans. You know what I mean?
Keep this in mind.
Yeah.
And this is why, because there's been a discourse over the last 24 hours about moving the parade route, not doing the Canyon of Heroes, making the route longer, all sorts of different ideas. But remember this, the New York Knicks winning an NBA championship for the first time in 53 years and celebrating on June 18th with, for the most part, really nice weather, is the perfect storm for the biggest parade we'll ever see.
Yeah.
It just is. Like, if the Jets win a Super Bowl, which is like the next missing link, it's happening in February. As excited as people are, trust me, there's going to be plenty of people who are like, it's 27 degrees.
Right, I'm good. I'll watch this on television.
So I think the discourse...
We'll be there.
We will.
But you'll be watching on television.
The discourse around, hey, we got to make it better, we got to make it bigger, I don't think people are understanding that what happened yesterday is once in a lifetime. Like, the parade size for a lot of other teams, even if the Knicks win again, isn't going to match what we potentially saw yesterday. And right. I love tradition. I'm okay with moving tradition. I'm okay with screwing things around. But it's the Canyon of Heroes. Like, it's been in existence with parades since the 1800s.
I know.
Teddy Roosevelt went down there.
It's really hard to say it should be someplace else.
It can't be somewhere else.
No, it can't.
They could do the Meadowlands. There's more space out there.
Well, they do both. Like, let me remind you, because
when an NFL team wins, or one of the NFL teams wins, that's what they'll do.
When the Giants won, they did Canyon of Heroes plus MetLife Meadowlands. Same thing would happen with the Jets. If the Devils win, it'll be Newark, New Jersey. If the Brooklyn Nets win, it will be Flatbush. It will not be in the Canyon of Heroes. So we've already and the Islander one is a tougher question. To me, it's got to be Long Island. That's right. Long Island's team. So the Islanders, the Nets, and the Devils push them away. Not because of fandoms, but because of that just won't be the location.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be the location. We all agree with that. So you're really talking about the Mets, the Yankees, the Jets, the Giants, and the Knicks. And now that the Knicks broke their curse, I just don't think there'll ever be a parade that matches that size.
Yeah, because everybody's been waiting for so long. It was one of those things where I have to go. And it happened to fall on the perfect day where you don't have to work today. And it basically was a super long weekend.
Yeah, it was the perfect storm. Like, factoring in what you said, it's Juneteenth today, it's a holiday, the weather, the 53 years. I mean, that was as big of a parade as it will ever be. Now, we're never going to know the exact number, and I hate arguing about it. It reminds me of the whole Obama-Trump thing when it's like, this was bigger than... Who gives a crap? And we'll never know because people were turned away. In fact, we'll get to a caller who got turned away. Like, people got turned away. So they can announce 2 million. I understand the argument that it would have been more. It would have been more. Now, I don't know if that means it would have been 4 million. I have no idea. None of us know. Again, it's about predetermined opinions, which a lot of us have.
Yeah, the problem is down that area. It's unless you were right in front of the steps of where the mayor was, where the dais was, whatever it was, the seating was. How could you couldn't see it? You could just hear it.
Right.
And so it's just not a big enough space. It should be in a park somewhere, but there isn't a park.
Central Park? What are you talking about?
No, down near the mayor's.
Oh, I got you.
There's no like massive space in front of it unless you want to blow out everything and let the area right in front of the Brooklyn Bridge be. There's nowhere to put it, so it's always going to be constrained.
John is on the Upper East Side. What's up, John? Hello, John.
Hey, how's it going?
All's good. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? All right, one quick thing on the second apron before I get into the parade, which I did not get into, but I was there. Since the Knicks made the finals, there's been a line to get into the MSG store to buy merch every single minute that it's open. Now is not the time for Mr. Dolan to tell us he can't write the big check if we need him to.
Right. Money's rolling in.
Now, on the parade, I went down with my younger brother, Ethan. We were both lucky enough to be able to take the day off of work. I guess we got there a little late. Ethan got online to get into one of the pens at 6:25 in the morning. I met him at around 6:50. And at 7:10 or so, we got told that the pen was closed. So everyone's starting to kind of go crazy. Where should we go? What should we do? I said, let's wait around here. Maybe as people leave, they'll let us in. Ultimately, they said we're not letting anyone else in unless you work on that block, or if you can, flash a badge and walk 10 people in with you. But also a big thank you to the NYPD, all the men and women of the NYPD, all the sanitation workers, because they had a very tough job yesterday. I think for all the callers who call in and who had a great experience, who were up and had this memory that lasted forever, there were probably 20 people who didn't get in, who were, we ended up watching on the stock exchange. They had a screen up so we could sort of see down the block. But
cool.
We were mobbed with people. You saw fans just so upset, families fighting, people who had this historic run, and the last memory they have is going to be, a not great day where they were getting pushed around. I love the tradition of the Canyon of Heroes. I was at both Giants parade when I was in middle school, and it was a completely different environment. I get that it was February, but I think fandom has grown so much over the last 20 years with social media, with everyone wanting to, be a part of it,
right, that
you have to make this parade bigger. You could have, and the caller before who said he brought his son and got separated, why don't we do the Thanksgiving Day parade and have a 10-block area?
John, if we could go back into a time machine, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But because of what I laid out, I don't think there's ever going to be a scenario where there's going to be a need for that. I just don't. Like, even the Knicks, let's say the Knicks do repeat. It'll be a big turnout. It'll still be the summer or middle of June. I just don't think as many people are going to feel the need. It's not a 53-year end to a curse or a drought.
It's not historic.
It's just not. Doesn't mean a lot of people won't show up.
It's fantastic and it's awesome, and the Knicks fans will be celebrating, and their worth will be elevated. But it's not historic. This was a historic victory for them. It's been so damn long.
And as historic as the Jets would be, you know what I'd give the Jets advice on doing? Because the Giants did it with the Meadowlands and the Canyon of Heroes, like I just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Jets should have 3 distinct celebrations if they win a championship. 3.
Where? New York City.
The Meadowlands. Pack the stadium. Everybody shows up, just like the Giants did. Canyon of Heroes.
And then Florham Park?
And then Long Island. No.
Stop.
They have a history there. And they have a fandom there. No, you're laughing at me. I don't know what's so funny.
Just because
Why are you disrespecting Long Island?
Because I want to drive 5 miles.
That's for you. Then go to the Meadowlands. First of all, why are you laughing?
Because it's a pipe dream. That's never happened.
Boy, that's not nice.
The Jets are a sewer.
Come on. We can pipe dream a little bit. But then you could have 3 different, distinct locations where we got the Long Island celebration, the New York City celebration, and then the Meadowlands celebration.
Right.
That's what I would do.
And London, too. The Jets have offices out there, maybe.
And then we'll have a London celebration. Andrew is in Eastchester. What's going on, Andrew?
Hey, guys. I got a Dolan point, but quick parade story. A buddy of mine's a principal in Florida, and he's currently interviewing for assistant principals.
Right.
Had an in-person scheduled for yesterday, and the candidate calls and asks to do a Zoom because she's a New York transplant and she flew up for the parade, but she still wanted to keep the interview. Suffice to say, she did not get the job, but he said it wasn't because of the Zoom. There were other more qualified candidates.
I got you. I think that probably impacted it, though, whether he admits it or not.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No reason, and you hit on it a tiny little bit, no reason for Dolan to go over the apron next year. If you look at the NBA landscape for next season, it's going to change with the draft. It's going to change wherever Giannis goes. But even if he goes to the East, can the Knicks, as currently constituted, beat Giannis on the Celtics or the Heat? Yeah. I think they'd have to worry about an improved and a hungrier Spurs team and a healthy OKC. So there's no real reason basketball-wise for Dolan to even go over the apron next year. Because
here's where I will disagree with you about that. If your point is, hey, they can let Landry Shamet go, they can let Mitch go, they can get more creative, they can give Tyler Kolek a bigger role, they can use that first-round pick effectively, and they can win the East anyway, sure. I think they're going to be the favorites to come out of the East no matter what they do unless it's drastic. My argument is I don't want to hear, and I don't think you want to hear, any owner talk about money and writing checks as a reason you're not making moves. If your reasons are, hey, I don't want my draft pick frozen 7 years from now, and that's not good strategy-wise, or I don't want the inability to make a sign-and trade, or the inability to use the tax level, mid-level player, or I don't think those players are worth it, that's totally fine. And that, to me, is a different argument. I just don't think money could ever be used as an argument after the money that was just brought in.
And by the way, we don't know that that's going to be the excuse.
That's what he said, though.
It's kind of what he said, but it was also it's making an assumption that they're going to go sign a bunch of players or sign all of their players these massive new deals. The reality is they don't have to do it.
Well, there's another reason they don't have to do it, and it involves Karl Anthony Towns. We'll explain why next. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
I'm always on the go, running around and traveling and going to cheer, etc. So knowing that my house and my family are safe when I'm not there is of utmost importance. That's why I turn to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system into our home. Smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that's manageable right from my phone. Whether it's the cameras or the garage door control, all the lighting, when I turn on the alarm, all of that locks into place and comes on and makes sure that we are safe. They even have Apple Music control so I can pump music throughout my house right from the phone. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. Or visit slomans.com.
Who's Hot in Baseball, sponsored by Petro Home Services. Minnesota's Byron Buxton is hot. He batted .429, hit 5 home runs, and drove in 8 runs over the last week. Don't let your AC strike out this summer. Petro's tune-up and repair team has you covered. Go with your local HVAC pros. Go with Petro. For special offers, go to petro.com, petro.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism. Visit nj.org.
New Jersey sets the stage for FIFA World Cup 26. 8 epic matches, including the final. Come for the games, stay for the wow. New Jersey, where the world meets its match. More at visitnj.org.
If we're being honest, guys in this town, pretty confident. And hey, that's not a bad thing. But are you willing to put it to the test? California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month. Plus, get free health and genetic screenings. And more importantly, you're helping families who can't do this on their own. So if you really think you've got it, and you know who you are, put it to good use. Apply now and see if you qualify. Check out spermbank.com to learn more.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov. From New Jersey Human Services.
Hey, Boomer here. When the game's on the line, you need a winning play. And for electrical pros, that's Cooper Electric. With 70 locations all across the tri-state area and easy online ordering, my friends at Cooper Electric have the inventory and expertise to keep your projects moving. From tools to wire to lighting, Cooper is the playbook for pros who want to win every single job. Make the winning play. Visit cooper-electric.com today. That's cooper-electric.com. Cooper Electric, our knowledge is electric.
Living with a chronic illness that requires IV medication? Say hello to state-of-the-art private suites for all of your infusion needs at Thrivewell Infusion, providing exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Australia is trading at 17% to beat Argentina, meaning a $100 trade pays out $570 if they win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. So for a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's code CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Hey, it's Todd from Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Are you ready to make this the summer? With incredible lease and financing options, get behind the wheel of any new Jeep or Ram truck during the Make This the Summer event at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
As the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026, Bank of America knows how much hard work it takes to achieve a dream. So when it comes to owning a home, we're here to help. Get guidance and resources to buy a home you love, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Want to stream the soccer matches while working from home? Your secret is safe with us. Verizon Mobile customers can switch to Fios Home Internet for just $20 a month. Or get Fios and score 3 months of the Fox One perk on us. Then $15 a month to catch every match without blowing your cover. Visit Verizon.com to switch today. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount, enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Hi, it's Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuckit. Still need Father's Day gifts? There's still time. Head to your nearest Untuckit store to find the perfect presents he'll wear over and over. He'll love to unwrap wrinkle-free cotton to save him time in the morning, performance stretch styles he never has to iron, polos for golf and more, not to mention digital gift cards that deliver instantly. There's still time to nail Father's Day. Get gift cards at untuckit.com or head to one of our 80-plus stores nationwide. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting high-quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So, if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
For USA versus Australia, FanDuel is giving you a 250% profit boost to use on your favorite bets. Whether you're back in the red, white, and blue to win, betting on goals, or building a same-game parlay, your winnings could get a major lift. And with every match carrying a little extra meaning this year, there's no better time to get in on all the action. Just opt in, claim your 250% profit boost, and use it on the USA versus Australia game. A big stage, a big opportunity, and a big boost worthy of 250. Only on FanDuel. Back the USA and get in on this huge boost before kickoff. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started today to get a 250% profit boost to use for USA versus Australia. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and older, please. Physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, you could call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for just $6. It's quick, easy, and it covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious, too? Because it is. It's a full breakfast, a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation at times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
From the Bronx to Brooklyn, Queens to Staten Island, Manhattan to Westchester, thank you to the world champion New York Knicks for uniting the greatest city in the world behind one team and one dream. Congratulations to the 2026 NBA champions, the New York Knicks, and your home for New York sports, WFAN.
All right, I gotta stop biting my tongue at some point.
Only one more year at this, Evan. One full year.
Thank you for uniting this city. Forget the 1% that doesn't. Forget those losers. F them picks. F them losers.
What are you talking about? We just ran a promo thanking the Knicks for uniting the city. I get it. I'm over it.
Well, it's everybody but basically you, Evan. You're the only one.
It's just me.
Right.
You're right.
And you were still somewhat happy.
I was not happy.
Yeah, you were.
I was not happy.
Stop lying.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Also sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. World Cup scoreboard yesterday saw Switzerland beat Bosnia-Herzegovina. Canada smoked Qatar 6-0. Mexico beat South Korea 1-0. Today, we have the granddaddy of them all, the USA, taking on Australia, the land down under. Christian Pulisic in doubt with a calf injury, so we'll see about that.
He's got to play. What are we doing?
No, he's not going to play.
Why?
Really?
Because they don't need him to play.
Excuse me?
I think he's going to get replaced by Tim Weah. So Australia has a massive center back. He's like 6'6", and so Pulisic is fantastic. He's their creator. He's their catalyst. Even though Phil Balogun is the guy who scored 2 goals, and Gio Reyna had an unbelievable one as well at the end of the match against Paraguay. But I feel like they need someone to match the size. And if Pulisic has a calf injury, which we all know about, calf injuries, you want to sit him for this one.
What if they lose?
It doesn't matter.
They
still have one more game against Turkey, who they'll destroy.
Okay, so they're going to advance either way?
Turkey A.
We're
So as long as they beat Turkey, they'll be fine.
Okay.
And they have a massive goal differential because they won 4-1, and that's the tie. It's one of the tiebreakers.
Mm-hmm. Got to run that score up.
I would rest Christian Pulisic if he is not fully healthy.
I am going to watch today's game. I am going to watch my first World Cup game of this little run. Basketball's done. The parade is over. The Mets are off today. It's 3:00 in the afternoon. I know nothing about soccer. I'm about to just completely engulf myself with balls being kicked. So I'm very excited.
And don't be surprised having a kick with both feet.
Oh,
yes.
That's true.
Yes, they can go lefty and righty.
Now, speaking of balls being kicked, I ran into Todd Zeal yesterday at the parade.
Oh, nice.
And I like Todd Zeal. I'm a big fan of Todd Zeal. Todd Zeal's got a lot of explaining to do.
Why? What happened?
What happened?
I missed this.
So last night, the Mets beat the Phillies.
Okay.
They held on. And at the very end of the game, there was a foul ball hit off of Francisco Alvarez's cup. I'll just be blunt about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was off of his area.
Hit him in his junk.
And there was a little bit of a delay, and Francisco ended up okay. During the postgame show, I want you to listen to this. During the postgame show, Todd Zeal, who was a catcher at some point, started talking about the ball that hit Francisco Alvarez in the area, except he couldn't talk because for some reason Todd Zeal thought it was just the funniest thing he's ever seen.
Late in the game,
I'm sorry. Say again.
Oh my gosh, poor Alvarez getting beat up.
Now, listen, you're a former catcher, so that affects you more than anybody I know. Why is that?
Why is he laughing so much?
Give us a second here, folks. That was, listen, all seriousness. That is a painful moment there.
Broken up like this. on the show, but poor Alvarez. And I'm sitting here thinking the poor guy gets beat up every time he gets back there, and I've been there. I've suffered through. I know. And we better get Gary to get us off the air.
No, let's not. Let's go back to Philly to hear from Juan Soto.
Oh, good. Okay,
who hit the
good.
2 home runs.
Get me off the air,
Yes, here's
Gary.
why.
Jeez.
He couldn't get through it because he's laughing at Alvarez getting hit in the you-know-what.
Why, is it because, did it look funny?
It was a typical foul ball off the cup. And Todd
Okay, so
Zeal,
what did Francisco Alvarez do?
he was writhing in pain.
And he has a cup.
This is not about Francisco Alvarez. It's about Todd Zeal, who, again, I adore. He could not get through a sentence. He thought Alvarez writhing in pain was the funniest thing he's ever seen. What do you find
I'm
funny?
laughing at Todd Zeal not being able to calm himself.
He could not. He was thankful they threw to Juan Soto. He couldn't get through the segment. And again, this was literally a catcher getting a ball off the ball. And Todd Zeal, who I think is a good guy, but I don't know anymore. I've questioned everything I know.
Isn't that what the cup is for?
What are you doing over there? Who are you defending?
Nobody. I'm just talking about it. Why did it become such a big deal?
Why was he laughing profusely at someone else's pain?
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
No, I'm wondering how much pain there actually is.
What do you mean?
Because you have a cup on.
Dude, he was writhing in pain, and Todd Zeal just like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Well, the same thing happened in the Yankee game yesterday. Jazz Chisholm left the game because he took a foul ball off the groin area.
Right.
They've panned over to the guys on the bench. They're all laughing at him, too. Aaron Judge laughing at him.
So is that like a player thing?
Well,
Maybe.
You know what it is with Jazz? I bet he didn't have a cup on.
Chaz Chisholm.
I bet
Oh,
Jazz
God,
is
then
one.
why would you be laughing?
Because that's what you get.
Come on,
Oh, hard stuff to Chisholm.
They probably have this conversation. Dude, you're not wearing a cup? Nah, I don't need a cup, man. I'm good, bro. I don't need that. I'm good. And then he gets hit in the groin, and it's like, see? You should have had your cup on.
And you can see Jazz being a little cocky about it, too.
No pun intended. So this is a player thing then?
Yes.
Because the Yankees were laughing at Jazz.
Yes.
Todd Zeal's laughing at Alvarez.
Yes.
They think it's funny.
Yes.
First of all, it was a big moment of the game, so I was not laughing. But also,
they hold on. It's all good.
I understand Bo Bichette almost, made me break 3 things in my house. But I just couldn't get over his laughing fit. So I guess maybe Todd Zeal's excuse, since the Yankees find it funny as well.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. And then Tiki finds it funny, so it's an athlete thing.
No, it's not even that. That's Aaron Glenn.
Oh, it's Aaron Glenn making
That makes me laugh.
Why are you laughing?
There's going to be a lot of that.
Like, I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
You like that one?
Play call is my superpower, really.
That's why I'm laughing, Coach.
Yeah. All right, real quick about Karl Anthony Towns and how he can solve any of the second apron issues the Knicks may potentially face. Cat is eligible for an extension. That extension could pay him an absurd amount of money.
63, you said? 65, something like that.
The hope that the Knicks have, and I don't know how realistic this is that Karl Anthony Towns is going to take a discount the way Jalen Brunson did. What I am skeptical about is that despite Cat being a local guy and despite Cat probably wanting to play here, I don't know how common it really is for an athlete to turn down millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, we don't see that a ton. Now, Jalen Brunson did this a couple of years ago because he wanted to get it over with. Like, he didn't want to wait because he had another year, right? And then he could have signed a max deal.
But he's also eventually going to sign that max deal in another year.
But he didn't want to wait for it. He just wanted to get it out of the way. At least that was how he described it. I didn't want it to be a distraction, so I let it go, and then obviously signed for a lesser deal before he had the chance to max himself out. And that's gets presented as a pay cut. It's not. He just took a discount by taking a deal earlier. And so could Karl Anthony Towns, who is in that exact position right now, because he's a free agent after next season, right? Could he do that as well?
Yes, he could. I mean, I think that's the hope that the Knicks have.
That is the hope that the Knicks have. And if they do that and they both end their careers together, maybe even mess around and win another championship, that's when they become iconic, right? I mean, I think they're already there, but
yeah, it's already there.
But I mean, like NBA iconic. I'm not talking about New York icon. I'm talking NBA icon.
I think the real question is going to be for a guy like Cat and Josh Hart eventually too, is going to be, is the discount worth A, another shot at another championship, and B,
I think that's the only reason.
That would be the only reason.
That would be the only reason.
And
you
also,
do it.
he probably sees the way other Knicks leaders or stars
Of
are
course.
treated, and
right.
I
Patrick
can be in
Ewing
that family.
gets taken care of. He's always around. All of them are.
But you know what the
right?
truth is? Wouldn't they be taken care of no matter what? They're champions now. Cat could go leave tomorrow. He could trade him the next day. He will always come back in New York City and be an icon.
Yeah, but it'll be different if he goes and plays someplace else for the next 5 years.
I don't know. It'd be different.
It would
I'm
just
not arguing
just
that, but
feel weird.
He'd still be a champion. He'd still come back.
Of course he
if
would.
these fans cheer Tim Thomas and Stephon Marbury when they return, I mean,
Of
Karl
course.
Anthony Towns can run for president when he comes back.
Of course, but it wouldn't feel the same, especially if he goes someplace else and is really good still.
Yeah,
like you almost want your stars to exhaust themselves here, and then go somewhere at the end of their career, be average,
right,
at best. And then come back and retire as a Knick or whatever the team it happens to be. That's almost what you want.
The handling of Karl Anthony Towns will be fascinating. He is signed this year. He has a player option for next year. He's due a huge extension if he wants to sign it. He could take a discount. I don't think this will happen. The Knicks could trade him, especially if they really want to avoid that second apron. So there's a lot of different factors with Karl Anthony Towns we'll keep an eye on as the offseason begins. Remember, Tuesday's the NBA draft. The Nets have a top pick. The Knicks have pick number 24 plus 2 second-round picks. So it'll be an active night Tuesday at Barclays Center for the NBA draft, and then free agency soon after that. 888-808-1019. John is in Connecticut. Hey, John.
Hey, guys. Sorry about before I got cut off. Hey, one thing that was strange was the lack of confetti falling. Like, if you remember the Rangers parade in 94, all the confetti.
Yeah.
But they said because a lot of windows are sealed now, and they don't use ticker tape anymore.
Right.
But that was a little bit strange. But, Evan, I got the top 5 sports, and Tiki, I got the top 5 sports parades because they said that the Knicks would have 5 million, right?
Right.
So 1999 Yankees 3.6, 1998 Yankees 3.5, 2000 Yankees 3.0, 1986 Mets 2.5, and then the Knicks come up with 2. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. But one crazy thing that I saw, Evan and Tiki, General MacArthur in 1951 did a 19-mile route, 7.5 million people.
Miles?
Yeah, I guess it was through all the boroughs when he came back from the war, General McMahon. 7.5 million people. Second was Apollo 11 in 1969. They had 4 million. And then John Glenn in 1962 had 4 million. So some interesting stats for you guys.
That is an interesting one. Thanks for calling back and giving us those. It makes you think about what people are talking about. Like how they should spread this thing out and not just let it be the Canyon of Heroes.
But if they spread it out, how many people have shown up to a Yankee parade in the middle of November? It's not going to match
It's
the
not going to
General
matter.
MacArthur
And I
thing.
think it would have been one-off for the Knicks.
Yeah, I think the Knick thing could have. That's why
you could have done like a modified New York City Marathon route.
The Knick thing isn't fair to say, oh, it ranks behind these Yankee parades because they capped people off.
Yes.
Like, I'll never forget. I forget who the hack sports host was, but one of the guys on TVs who gives dumb opinions tweeted out I'll never forget this. I was like, this guy's either a liar or he's an idiot.
He's a clown.
Tweeted out a picture.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I don't remember the guy's name. He's one of the guys on TV. Not Craig, like one of the other guys on TV. I think it was Fox, too.
Right.
Tweeted out a picture of the vaccinated section during the Knicks and Nets playoff runs and said, wow, they couldn't sell out a playoff game. And I was like, dude, come on, man. Like, both teams did sell out playoff games.
Yeah.
And you're showing a vaccinated let me rephrase that. In non-vaccinated sections, because this is so weird to
You
even
had
say.
to sit two apart.
You had to sit 2 apart.
Right, I remember
So it
this.
looked half empty.
Yeah.
That's how they did it in 2021. So this guy, this hack on TV, tweeted out a picture of the split up section by rule.
That's ignorance.
And said,
I don't think he's being malicious. I think he's trying to mock, but he's ignorant. And so he just comes off as stupid.
Yeah, I lean towards the ignorant part.
Right.
So I bring that up not because anyone's being ignorant about this, but it's tough to say, hey, the Knicks got outdrew by this team when they capped them at 2 million.
Right.
There could have been 5 million for all we know. I don't know what that number would have been, and maybe the Yankees still would have been higher. I don't know. But we need to be fair about it and not say, well, they only had 2 million people. We've taken a bunch of calls. The morning guys took a bunch of calls. Loogie took calls from people who said, I got turned away.
Yeah, I couldn't get in. And that was a common refrain. I had friends that wrote me, I can't get in. You were lucky. You're right there. It's like, well, I was working.
Yeah, it's different.
I would have chose not to be there, but it's what it is. I was working.
Al is in New Jersey. What's up, Al?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
I have enough with this Knicks talk right now. The big story of today is who are we picking at number 6? No, I'm just kidding. I wanted to hear the laugh.
Yeah, it is a laugh. I give you an answer. Well, there's 2 answers. There's who they're picking and who I want to pick.
Darius Cuff Jr.
Yes.
Jalen Brunson Light.
Yeah,
he's mini Jalen Brunson.
Well,
just wait.
I think he's more athletic than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, but he can't score like Jalen Brunson.
You don't know that yet.
I do.
I mean, you don't know.
Did he do that in college? Did he win anything in college?
Are you really doing this?
Was he a champion in college?
First of all, I'm
Does
not
he have
engaging in
boys
this.
that are going to follow him to the end of the world like Jalen Brunson did in college?
I tell you this, Jalen Brunson made the Fen better than him.
Really?
Wow. We'll see. We'll see. We'll find out Tuesday. But that's my endorsement. But that's all I'll say about that. I'm not going to bore anybody with any more talk on that. That was the caller's fault, not mine. Let's go to Al in Staten Island. What's up, Al?
Hey, Evan. Hey, Tiki.
What's
How
up,
are
dude?
you?
All is
First
well.
time calling you two.
I appreciate
you.
you.
Guys are kicking butt.
Thank you, man.
You're kicking butt big time. Anyway, let me tell you about yesterday's parade. I'm one of the few, I guess, to give my age. I've been able to witness all 3 titles. And when it came to yesterday, we got up at 2 in the morning, drove to the ferry, took the ferry to Battery Park, and we're walking. All of a sudden, we're hearing, oh, it's 7 o'clock. Everything was closed. Everything was closed because by the time we got there, fine parking in St. George, this, that, and the other thing. And then we're walking, and all we see are the floats. We're saying, let's stay here. Let's screw being peed on, pooped on, and everything else that went on. Let's stay here. To our absolute cool surprise, there was a person from the NBA league office right next to us we were talking to, and this, that, and the other thing, and we got to see everybody, and there was some confetti that we were able to get. We got some signage, and it was a ticket tape, really without the ticket tape, but you couldn't have had a better spot.
Good.
And Tiki, get a load of this one. This is for you. There was a female police officer. Her last name was Moat. I said, are you related to Zeke? He's my brother-in-law.
Oh, get out. Oh, that's cool. That's funny. It's a small world.
I said, I tell Zeke I want an autograph, and she smiled. And then when a guy threw one of the signs to me, she picked up the sign and she nodded her head towards me. And she says, you get everything.
That's funny.
I go, I wish.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's a cool story.
So it was a great day. And I don't want Evan to call me quasi or anything. But, going back to the ABA days, I was also a Nets fan with Dr. J.
All right.
So
Thank you
I'd
for
like
that.
to see the Nets win a title.
Okay,
But,
but they're not, so don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about that. Did you hear the theory? Because yesterday while we were at the parade, we described how Mikal Bridges was wearing a number 4 Knicks jersey. And at first I'm like, oh, is that Nate Robinson? And it turned out to be him wearing the jersey of his teammate, Pacome Dadier.
Yes.
And then he turned it around. So by the time he got to City Hall, the jersey was backwards. We all saw the number 4.
And it fit him. So Dadier is bigger. So he got it separately for Dadier.
So
he bought a Dadier jersey.
I assume it was given to him, but sure. So
but it was his size. That's my point.
I got you. The assumption is Mikal Bridges was just simply honoring his friend and teammate, Pacome Dadier. There is a new theory emerging that that's not what he was doing.
That he was trolling.
He was trolling. Now, do you know who he was trolling?
Of course I do.
He was trolling the Aaron Fox.
Yep.
That he was wearing a number 4 jersey. That's the Aaron Fox's number. And that's who he was mocking.
I would have agreed with that until he turned it around.
Because it said Dadier?
Yeah, because when he turned it around.
You see Dadier.
You see Dadier, and otherwise, why turn it around? Like,
So-
if you're trolling De'Aaron Fox, just wear it the way it is. But if you want to shout out or, I don't know, give love for whatever reason to Pacome Dadier, turn it around. So when he turned it around, it blew that conspiracy out of the water.
I think sometimes when you're trolling in the NBA, you don't want to make it too obvious because you actually don't want it to be a thing. Like, you don't want this to be a topic of conversation for the next 5 years. You want to troll in a very light way, like not an obvious way. So I wonder if that was done to keep people off the trail. But that is heavy speculation now in the Knicks community that the number 4 was simply to mock De'Aaron Fox. And you're not buying it.
Right. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I
go back and forth on it. I still think he should have made a jersey that said 5, and then the name should have been F Dem. And then he could have mocked us for the draft pick trade. Back to your calls in a few minutes at 888-808-1019, and we'll go on a little tour of history to see who is right on a debate we had back in February of 2024. It got heated between Tiki Barber, Evan Roberts, and Sean Morash. We were arguing which team would be the next to win a championship. Well, now that we have our answer, let's find out who was right. We'll get to that coming up. The Knicks are indeed those champions. And the next stop for your favorite Knicks stars is Fanatics Fest in New York City come July. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, Deuce McBride, Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, Jose Alvarado, Tyler Kolek, and Jordan Clarkson will all be live at the world's #1 sports fan festival, returning to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th with 500-plus athletes, celebrities, and sports legends all under one roof. Tickets are selling quickly. Grab yours right now. Go to fanaticsfest.com and see the NBA champs live.
From the makers of Surfside, something new is hitting the shelves this summer. Introducing Super Light, the new vodka plus aid canned cocktail inspired by classic sports drink flavors, including fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. With only 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for summer. Whether you're hitting the green, shooting hoops with friends, or soaking up the sun, Super Light has here to fuel the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Empower. Invest well so you can live a little at Empower.com. 2 weeks ago, fans on the south side of Chicago looked at a 12-game stretch against Philly, Atlanta, the Dodgers, and the Yankees and wondered if their White Sox would survive. Newsflash, they did. By virtue of an Andrew Benintendi grand slam last night, they went 6-5 in what turned into a brutal 11-game stretch of schedule and answered the question as they now sit tied atop the Central. The White Sox are for real. I'm Chris Mack.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Here's a World Soccer Championship preview.
Brought to you by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's. And by the first ever Infinity QX65. The United States men's national team looks to build on the momentum of their blowout win over Paraguay as they face Australia in Seattle. Both sides won their opener, meaning a winner in this match takes a stranglehold of Group D. This is a rematch of a friendly played last October, which the United States won 2-1. I'm Mike Conti.
Bring the flavor to the World Soccer Championship with Crush Orange Soda. Crush is the perfect pick for every match, highlight, and game-winning goal. Make every match even sweeter with Crush Orange Soda.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka, like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Sunny and warm today, high 84.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
I don't need to tell you, New Yorkers are paying more for everything.
rent, utilities, groceries, every single month. The office that's supposed to protect us is on the sidelines. I'm Raj Goyal. As an ACLU lawyer, I fought for the people against powerful interest every single day. Now I'm going to be your affordability watchdog. I'll take the pension fund out of the greedy hands of Wall Street and put it back into affordable housing, holding utility companies accountable and auditing waste and fraud.
Raj Goyal, affordability watchdog for comptroller.
Paid for by Raj Goyal for New York State Comptroller.
Today's match day preview is presented by Fanatic Sportsbook. Download the Fanatic Sportsbook app today. Winning hits different here. Netherlands matches up with Sweden in Houston, an important game in Group F. Germany faces Ivory Coast in Toronto in a battle of the top two teams in the Group E standings. After a terrific match against Japan that ended in a draw, Netherlands will face the Sweden team coming off a 5-1 win against Tunisia. Netherlands is still getting the respect from the markets as they are a minus 150 favorite. Germany's offense was on full display in their opening match against Curaçao, winning 7-1. Now they will go up against an Ivory Coast team with a very good defense who had a clean sheet against Ecuador, winning 1-0 in their first game. Germany is minus 180 to win the match. This has been your official Odyssey Sports Match Day preview brought to you by Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Listen in ahead of each match day for the latest betting insights from Fanatic's all tournament long.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling, they are the real deal. Go to edisonhvac.com.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Whether you're heading down the shore or planning a family getaway, their expert team can help you find the perfect sedan, coupe, SUV, or convertible. And because luxury should extend beyond the vehicle, Mercedes-Benz of Edison is committed to making your shopping experience stress-free. That's one reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison, your destination for luxury driving all summer long.
Sun's out, so dads are too. This Father's Day at Lowe's, shop the gear that'll make his summer. Get 2 free select DeWalt power tools when you buy a select 5 amp-hour battery kit for weekends in the garage. Plus, get a free Blackstone 6-piece stainless steel griddle kit when you buy a select Blackstone griddle. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's a World Soccer Championship Team Spotlight, brought to you by the first ever Infiniti QX65 and by Lowe's. Give your yard its own moment with the new limited time deals from Lowe's.
Canada hosts a World Cup for the first time and arrives with genuine quality. A towering striker and an inventive attacking midfielder anchor a young, fearless squad. They're no longer a feel-good story. They're a real team.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Hey, New York! I'm sorry it took so long, but here we are, and hopefully it won't take that long again.
New York has has its title. The 2026 NBA champion New York Knicks. For complete championship coverage, insight, reaction, and everything orange and blue, stay with the Fan. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
We got a lot more to cover. A lot more to cover over the next 2 hours. Get you set for your sports weekend. Yankees, Cincinnati at the stadium. Mets have a weird off day, but then they continue their series against the Phillies. So we'll mix in some baseball, plus a brand new edition of Idiots with Idioms at 1:30. But back on February 14th, 2024, 2.5 years ago, me, Tiki, and Sean had a very spirited debate on who would win the next championship in this town. A very typical February discussion, by the way. We were not splitting the atom with that conversation. But it really came from the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs had just won the Super Bowl. Yep. We had talked about their parade, and now it was like, when are we going to get ours? Who's going to get ours? And me, Tiki, and Sean all had 3 different distinct opinions on who we thought was going to be the next New York team to win a championship. And so now that we have that New York championship, I thought it would be wise to go back and find out who's the winner and who's the loser. So let's start off with me. Close your eyes, and I want you to picture the parade. I want you to imagine that afternoon with the sun shining and 1 million people being in the streets of New York City. When you close your eyes, can you imagine orange and blue for the Knicks or the Mets? No, you can't. Stop. When you close your eyes, can you imagine green and white for the New York Jets? No, you can't. If you close your eyes, can you imagine the Giants? Sort of, but then you realize Daniel Jones is your quarterback. Wow. And you know, that ain't happening. So, folks, there's only one right answer, and it pains me to say it, and that answer is your New York Yankees. The New York Yankees.
I mean, it's a good choice.
That was my choice.
It was a good one.
I was wrong, but it was my choice.
This is 2023.
This was February of 2024.
I feel nothing but 98 vibes.
What was that?
After the 23 football season.
Correct.
So
Daniel Jones is your quarterback.
That's right. And I'm trying to think.
Trying to remember what happened with the Jets. Was that after Aaron Rodgers?
It must have been that first year of Aaron
Rodgers. Rodgers got hurt.
Yeah.
So Rodgers was going to come back, but he was coming off a torn Achilles, and he was old.
Yeah.
And they're the Jets.
And the Jets. And the Mets weren't ready yet. The Yankees hadn't gone to the World Series.
Knicks were good, but I clearly didn't trust them.
You were close.
I wasn't close. The Yankees didn't win the World Series.
But they went.
They went, but they didn't win.
I know, but they went.
Now,
at least you were close.
I said the New York Yankees, and if you think this is the only L I'm going to take in this segment, you're wrong. Because Tiki's response elicited a response from me that I am ashamed of. Take a listen.
When you say the Yankees, I think luck has to happen for the Yankees to get there.
Well, if it's not the Yankees, who then is it?
To me, the only one that jumped to the top of my mind was the Knicks.
Let's go Knicks.
I'm being serious. Because hold on. Jeez.
I didn't need the belly laugh. That's a bad job out of me.
Why were you
Let's
so
go Knicks.
belly laughing on that one? I mean, the Knicks were okay. They were in the postseason and deep in the postseason.
I just want to make this very clear.
Evan, you deserve the Knicks to win this championship after that.
Absolutely
You do.
Did.
For anyone who thinks.
He just made the assumption that the Knicks were losers like his teams.
Yes, I did.
And so they would never win.
The one thing I feel good about this is there are some assumptions made that when I pull old clips, it's always to make other people look bad. Just so you know.
Right.
I take it too, bro.
That's self-deprecation right there.
Well, it's being honest.
I give you credit, Evan.
Yeah, that was a bad one by me because not only did you say Knicks and you were right, congratulations, I belly laughed like I've never belly laughed before at the idea of the Knicks. What do you think Sean said?
I think he said this was the Islander thing, right?
No, the Islander thing.
Or
The Islander thing was this year where he said,
oh, that's right.
The Islanders had a better chance to win a championship just because of the nature of the sport.
Right. I don't remember who he said.
Well, let's take
Giants?
a listen.
Was he homerish with the Giants?
I mean, Daniel Jones was your quarterback. But okay. Here is Sean Morash. All right, Sean, what team?
It's definitely the Rangers. It's definitely the Rangers.
He was
30
homerish
years
with his
since
other team.
1994, a year, by the way, the team on ice finished things off. Number 2, right now they have the 5th biggest odds if you care about that. And they've come out of this All-Star break where everybody was questioning the goalie, scorching hot, and Shesterkin threw a shutout the other night, and the assets and the cap space to make big trades at their trade deadline, which is insanely long down the stretch. By the way, newsflash, it's a good thing. I don't necessarily agree with you on the Knicks. There's a chance we see 3 parades before the next football parade happens.
I don't know if he feels that way anymore. I mean, obviously the Rangers are a mess, so I think that's a bad answer by him. But
we could see a giant parade, another Nick parade and a giant parade.
I think the Yankees are still that team with they're the best team in the American League.
So 3. So the Yankees.
I read a stat about managers that I almost want to ask Big Mac to come in because it may cause him to cry.
Why?
So they finally developed a manager stat. You know how there's stats and everything in baseball?
Yeah. How the hell can you manage what a manager does?
I've got it for you. It's called the manager decision success rate. Pinch hit and bullpen moves impact on win probability. So
Who the heck put the data together to do this?
But we have the answer on where the Mets and Yankee managers rank in Major League Baseball this year.
And?
Based on manager decision success rate. Let's start with Carlos Mendoza. If you trust this stat, it's brand new, but hey, what does it mean?
He should have been fired yesterday. Is that what you're getting at?
I'm just giving you the facts. Like, this is not about
you're not. These aren't facts. These are stats.
Yeah, I'm giving you the stats.
There are lies. There are damn lies. And then there are statistics.
I'm just giving you a stat on where managers are ranked. Carlos Mendoza, according to manager decision success rate of the 30 teams in baseball, is 18th.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You brought that up. You propped that up like he was going to be bottom 5.
You make assumptions. I'm just giving you the information.
I just that's okay.
Now we get to Aaron Boone. And I don't know how Big Mac's going to take this because we all know we all love Big Mac. He's on at 2 o'clock with Craig. He is an Aaron Boone jockstrap. He's an Aaron Boone supporter. He loves his Aaron Boone.
We're hell-bent on being a champion.
He thinks Aaron Boone has never made a mistake.
I feel like kind of kicking myself.
He thinks Aaron Boone is Miller Huggins.
We're really good.
He thinks Aaron Boone's the best.
We're leaning into kicking ass.
He says Aaron Boone's never screwed up.
Botched it again.
Where does he rank of 30 MLB managers? The answer? Number 1.
It's all right there in front of us.
Aaron Boone, according to this new manager stat, is number 1.
What?
How about that? Big Mac was right, you morons.
That is damn impressive for Aaron Boone.
Oh, my God.
Congratulations. You get absolutely nothing for that.
What are you talking about? He's the best.
No,
it's all right there in front of us.
What does that tell you? It gets you nothing.
It's over.
Gives you absolutely no glory.
It's done. You're banned from critiquing
It gives you
Big
a
Mac.
talking point. No, you're banned from maybe critiquing Aaron Boone's decision.
That's true. Both of them. They've both been completely exonerated.
I mean, they're the best team in the American League. They're consistently in the postseason when he's been the manager. Only one time or maybe twice since he's been the manager? Like, of course he should be number 1.
Number 1. We have word from Big Mac. Suck it. Suck it.
All right, so tell me real quick what goes into this. What goes into this manager?
Every time you pinch hit or go to the bullpen, so how that move ends up impacting your win. Big Mac!
Is it the win
Big Mac!
probability?
Get in here!
Is it the statistics?
Bro, I got him. Have you heard the news? No. Turn that microphone on. This is like telling someone news for the. I don't even know how to do this.
When did I say he was the best manager in baseball?
No, so you did hear this.
I just heard you outside briefly.
What did you hear me say?
Did you hear what we're talking about?
I was saying number 1. No.
Did you hear why we're justifying this?
No.
Hold on a second. A new stat has come out.
Okay.
It's called manager decision success rate.
Okay.
Okay. Every pinch hit, every bullpen move, how it impacts your win probability.
Yeah.
Stats. Number 1.
Is it Aaron Boone?
Number 1.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's literally that's who I am. It's not even what I do. It's who I am.
Send that to
Defending
him,
Aaron Boone is
Send
who
that
I
to
am.
Him, please, so that he
that's
can like
amazing.
He can
He's
have
number
this
1.
in perpetuity.
Oh my God! For all of you who say he can't manage a bullpen, for all of you who says he has no idea what he's doing, number 1, the best manager in baseball, results based,
just results
on
based.
when he makes a decision.
That's it. I'm so glad you didn't hear this.
I didn't know. When did this come out?
I just broke the news. Breaking
It just
news.
came out right now?
Like 30 seconds ago.
That's fantastic.
And all I could think about was you.
And you know what's funny? I spent most of the podcast last night critical of his 8th inning.
What?
Look how happy he is right now.
I didn't love the 8th inning last night.
When Big Mac came in, like he was angry at me, and I'm like, this. So he didn't hear what we were just talking about.
I thought you were saying I claimed he's the best manager in baseball, which I don't.
Well, no,
I think he's a very good manager.
Kid here. Tommy's here. So.
Yeah.
I think he's a very good manager.
Where do you think Mendy's ranked? Because I debuted his number first, just so we knew.
I bet you it's better than we think, but
it's 30 managers. You're
30 managers.
17th.
Very good. He was 18th.
Close. Oh, nice.
Can I tell you my favorite part? I haven't
Yes.
debuted this yet.
It also helps to have a better team.
Who's last?
By a lot. And this is the problem with me telling
Where's
you who's last.
where's your uncle?
My uncle?
Or your cousin?
Oh, Dave Roberts? Great question. He's third.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Makes
proven.
sense.
Okay.
Again, very good team.
The guy
a lot
who's-
of good options.
The guy who's ranked last.
Not really Evan's uncle or cousin.
Well, don't reveal that. The guy who's ranked last may make the list invalid. That's the only issue. Because I
Why?
think
Because
he's a
he's-
really good manager. He's just not having a really good year.
Okay.
And the person I'm talking about is A.J. Hinch of the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
He's dead last.
Well, I mean, they've been terrible.
Yeah.
and they're getting a little bit better now.
And this
but-
is specifically just this season.
This season,
Okay.
manager decision success rate. I texted you.
That's fantastic.
You're welcome.
I'm not a huge Hinge guy, though. He's a good manager.
So then this proves your point.
Here's my point with Hinge. Can I just say my Hinge point real quick?
All right, sure.
By the way,
During,
this is-
during the cheating scandal, which he was there for, he was against it, right? He's against it. He smashed, apparently to him, he told the story, he took a baseball bat to the monitors that they were using to cheat and bang the trash can with. Took a baseball bat to a Tiki. The next day, new monitors. I'm sorry. You can't tell me you run that team. You can't tell me you're a manager of that team. You show your team, I don't like this. I'm going to smash the manager
what did they think
you're
he did it by
using to
accident?
cheat. And then the next day, it's like, oh, there's a new one.
Would they think he did it by accident?
No.
I accidentally smashed the monitors.
They didn't care what
Can
he
you-
had to say.
Can you replace him?
I think
That's an interesting stat.
I
didn't
have
know
a
that.
problem with that.
What I think happened, though, was I think he knew what was going on, gave that as an answer, and turned a blind eye, which
Yeah.
you could be critical of him for.
because
So you're saying he's
he-
lying when he said he smashed
No,
it?
I think he's saying that they were going to do it anyways.
Right.
So
He was just making a point.
Yeah, he was making a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was his way to protest, even
And it
though he
fell
knew
on
they
deaf
were gonna-
ears.
Here's all I know. According to the newest
The
stat,
that's fantastic. Number one.
That's for you.
Thank you so much.
I actually really
That
feel good
is-
right now.
I think I need to do a go get him tonight just on that.
You should feel good because of how good he feels.
I feel
do.
fantastic.
I want you.
Number one, the best manager, pinch hitting, and again, this speaks to the depth of the Yankees. Not only, it's also a Brian Cashman stat. It's also a Brian Cashman stat because they have the ability to have successful. Pinch hit Paul Goldschmidt, only $4 million with a 965 OPS, saving the team while Aaron Judge is down. Rosario having an incredible season as your platoon third
all
baseman.
right there in
They've
front of
got
us.
options. They've got a bullpen that's terrible, and you can't win with this bullpen. And oh my God, Duvall sucks. Number one.
Okay.
He's managed the worst bullpen in the sports history to the best decision making in baseball.
Why did you tell him this?
That's fantastic.
right,
I was already having a good day. I'm having a great day.
Are you going to attempt to push this at 202 after Craig says whatever he says?
Yes, whatever.
You can say anything right now, and you're going to be like, I got a stat for you.
I know. Whatever.
By the way, did you know, Craig?
Yes.
All right.
Fantastic.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
No problem. I knew I'd make him happy.
Yeah. I think it's time for another parade. Aaron Boone, analytically the best manager parade.
Yeah, for those of you tuning in, this is a brand new stat that just got developed, analyzing every move a manager makes and how much it adds to win probability. And Aaron Boone is number one. And that has made Chris McMonagle like, I just gave him a Father's Day gift.
Yeah, you did.
We're all
He's
content now.
ecstatic.
He's ecstatic. All right, we'll come back and get to your phone calls, 888-808-1019. And now that I've made Yankee fans happy, believe it or not, I'm going to do the impossible. I'm going to give Met fans reasons to believe this season may have turned around last night, and it has nothing to do with something that happened on the field. It was all off the field. We'll present it to you coming up. But Who's Out in Baseball, sponsored by Petro Home Services. Minnesota's Byron Buxton is hot. He batted .429, has 5 home runs, and drove in 8 runs over the last week. Don't let your AC strike out this summer. Petro's tune-up and repair team has you covered. Go with your local HVAC pros. Go with Petro. For special offers, go to petro.com, Petro.com.
There's no better time than right now to upgrade your home with Windorama's Summer Savings Event. Save up to 40% off when you install with Windorama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle it all. A stress-free process from measurement to installation. And when you shop in stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit Windorama.com and book now. Now, if you are looking to level up your wardrobe, you got to check out Collars & Co. We all know them because of the Mark Cuban deal that they landed on Shark Tank. Well, they're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts, and now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer. And this thing is sharp. And legit, comes in so many different colors and styles. The window pane gray with blue is unbelievable. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. You can pack it up, and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my friends over at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off at collarsandco.com. And if you want to visit, they have a new store on the Upper West Side.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Bet365 and also sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism. Visit nj.org.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
New Jersey sets the stage for FIFA World Cup 26. 8 epic matches, including the final. Come for the games. Stay for the wow. New Jersey, where the world meets its match. More at visitnj.org.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
John Montone, are you ready to make this the summer?
Yeah, Todd, the summer. But where do I find the summer?
At Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, because we have some amazing incentives to get you behind the wheel of a Jeep or Ram truck.
And you can really make this the summer when you step into a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Lease for just $399 a month for 36 months and only $48.88 total due at signing, plus tax, title, and registration.
Or buy and get 0% APR financing for 36 months.
My summer is definitely being made during Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram's Make This the Summer event.
Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. Zero security deposit. VIN number TC258767. MSRP $51.55. APR at $27.78 per month per $1,000 financed. And $630.26.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast. It's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation in times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The world's biggest soccer tournament is here, and so are extra-packed trains and gridlocked highways. Ditch the commute and work from home with Fios. Verizon Mobile customers can switch to Fios Home Internet for just $20 a month, or get Fios and score 3 months of the Fox One perk on us. Then $15 a month to catch every match without blowing your cover. Visit Verizon.com to switch today. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
BetMGM Sportsbook is making the world's game more exciting than ever before. Win a share of $500K in bonus bets for every goal the U.S. team scores during the tournament. It's easy. Log into your BetMGM Sportsbook account to receive a Gold Rush Grand Prize qualifying token. Then place a pre-game straight bet of at least $5 on the U.S. team's match with your token attached. For every goal the U.S. team scores in that match, you'll earn a share of $500K in bonus bets. That's right, $500,000 in bonus bets per goal. Get in on tournament action with BetMGM and win a share of $500K in bonus bets for every goal the U.S. men's team scores. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Living with a chronic illness that requires IV medication? Say hello to state-of-the-art private suites for all of your infusion needs at Thrivewell Infusion, providing exceptional care, comfort, compassion, and convenience. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives, drip by drip.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
The Larry O'Brien Trophy is back in New York. The Knicks are champions. For everything orange and blue, keep it right here on The Fan.
And this Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. In a back and forth with Colts reporter, Sauce Gardner revealed that he is actually 24 years old, not 25 as listed by multiple outlets, including ESPN.com and Pro Football Reference. It was there in some other places that Sauce was born on August 31st, 2000, but he was actually born August 31st, 2001. The Athletic reported that Gardner's driver's license confirmed that he's 24. So maybe the Jets shouldn't have traded him, considering he's a year younger.
It's a good way to look at it.
It's such a weird controversy.
It is.
I saw it this morning. I don't think I've ever paid attention to it, but he's just still really young.
Yeah, I think it only matters if you go from being like 29 to 34.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a big deal. By the way, can I be a nitpicker, if you will?
Please.
In terms of something that we just ran a promo for, and tell me if I'm just being too bitter. The Larry O'Brien Trophy returns to New York. It actually didn't, because the Larry O'Brien Trophy wasn't introduced until 1977. Before that, it was the Walter Brown Trophy, named after one of the original owners of the Boston Celtics. It's not returning. It's the first time they've ever gotten it. Is that, am I being...
Yeah, that's nitpicky, but nobody cares.
Okay. I'm just pointing out.
Just you care.
Oh, okay.
You were being a troll.
I know it. If I give a dumb
you
fact...
were being an ass to the writer of the spot that they had no idea. They didn't fact check it. They didn't go down the rabbit hole. They didn't want to be embarrassed by Evan Roberts, yet now they are. Whoever it is should be held to account and potentially fired by the architect because they put the wrong spot in, and Evan Roberts is pointing it out. And now we all look like idiots.
I was not criticizing the writers or the station. I was merely
kiss my ass.
I was just giving an interesting factoid that the Larry O'Brien Trophy was not introduced till 1977, and before that, it was called something else. Yeah. All you have to say is an NBA championship has returned to New York for the first time since 1973. Then you don't get into the specifics of the Larry O.
But specifics matter.
Well, apparently not to you.
I didn't know.
Apparently, I'm a bad guy if I bring up specifics.
Yeah, you are.
I give facts, and sometimes people like it, sometimes people hate it. If you listen to our previous segment, and if you missed it, you could rewind on the Odyssey app. I told Chris McMonagle live on air, he had a breakdown, he was so excited, that according to a brand new stat that managers that really study managers based on the success rate of the moves they make, Aaron Boone is the best manager in baseball.
Yeah.
And he loved it. I wasn't being a troll then, I was just giving the information.
So do they go through every single decision?
Every decision, based on the success rate of the decision.
Right in front of us.
That's just daunting to think about.
Well,
think about all the decisions a manager makes all season long. Now, this is like up to date.
Yeah.
It's up to date, running in real time.
Yeah, it helped Mendy last night. He went to Eric Wagaman for A.J. Ewing. It was a big help.
Yeah, the Mets chat was pissed off about it.
Well, that's the funny thing about managerial moves. Sometimes you love a move, it doesn't work out. Sometimes you hate a move, and it does work out. I'll tell you what may turn around the Mets season, though, coming up in a few minutes. But first, Connor has the honor of feeding us today.
Ooh. Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking. Nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
And Cinco de Loncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. So, Evan, your Nets are taking a beating recently. So I decided to come up with the top 5 reasons it's great to be a Nets fan. To make you feel better.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So here we go.
Here we go!
Number 5.
Number 5, you'll never, ever have to worry about overcrowding at your parade when you do eventually win it. You and the 30 to 40, 50 Nets fans could really just pick pretty much anywhere. You could rent out a local gym. Maybe you could just host the parade right at your house, Evan. You could have everybody there. The players can give out personalized autographed jerseys. No problem.
Keep going.
A lot of room for activities.
Thanks.
Number 4.
Number 4, the NYPD would never shut down any of the Nets watch parties because most of them are out in suburban Long Island or New Jersey, where the NYPD doesn't have jurisdiction. So luckily, the Nets don't have to worry about anything like that.
Keep going.
What's wrong? These are all positives.
Oh, that's great.
We're keeping it positive.
Very positive.
Number 3.
Number 3, if the Nets do go to the finals at some point, we probably won't have to worry about exorbitant ticket prices or maybe as exorbitant ticket prices. You can probably get, courtside seats next to Spike Lee, who likes to sometimes go to the Nets games. Maybe Mom Donnie, who might be a Nets fan. You can go there maybe $10, $15, or the Nets might just give them away for free. Who knows? First 18,000 guests get free courtside seats. We'll keep it moving. Here we go.
Number 2.
Number 2, when the Nets do win the finals eventually, we won't have to worry about all of the political back and forth, the will they, won't they go to the White House, because whoever is president at the time, and it might be so far in the future, Evan, that they will have to have, it'll be like an alien president from another planet. So they'll say, the Nets just won the finals. Do you want them to come to the White House? And the alien president will say, the who? I have more important things to worry about, sorry. So they won't even get invited, and we don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Can't wait for number 1.
And number 1.
Number 1.
They have the 6th pick.
What?
Nice top 10 pick this year. So they got the 6th pick. And just think about it this way. If they just go 0-82 all the way up until maybe 2050, they might have a team that is right around competitive. So all they got to do is just keep doing what they're doing. And that's a Cinco de Lunch show.
That was Sean Morash on steroids right there.
What do you mean? Those are all the positives about the Nets.
That was epic.
And I'm not going to engage in arguing with any of those.
Well, they were thoughtful to the point where you had to think that, wait, is he actually insulting us? Yes, he is insulting us. Each and every one.
Can I give you the greatest swerve to that Cinco by Connor?
Go ahead.
Connor Green is actually a Nets fan.
I don't know where you heard that. I don't know. I'm an independent basketball observer. IBO.
Okay, whatever you say. Let's get back to your calls. Good job, I think. 888-808-1019 is the number. Let's go to Jeff in Babylon. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, what's the word, guys? I'm going to tell you the reason why the parades have been getting more and more disappointing, and I'm going to test your guys' New York credentials after that.
Go ahead.
So I've been to the 94, 96, 98, 99, 2000 parades, and they got progressively worse because the municipalities seem to think that the parades are just for the rich and beautiful people, and they're not for the people. For the fans anymore. So they've gotten worse and worse because they keep on removing the fans, and they feel like the fans are like more of an aggravation than the reason for the parade. So obviously with the Knicks, they should have, New York City could have made a way to have 10 million people there so everybody could enjoy it. But instead, I tried to go, and they closed the subways. They closed roads. They weren't letting people walk down the thing. It's ridiculous.
I don't think it was about, making it easier for the rich and famous. I think it was about security. And I think in 2026, it's obviously far different than 2012 and go back further. It's a different time.
Yeah.
And so I think this was mostly done on the idea of, can we really pack 8 million people into this centralized location?
Should we?
And the danger that will then occur.
Yeah, I mean, look, we saw some of the images. It's not typical of everything that happened around these watch parties, but some of that stuff was bad. Some of the fights that you saw were bad. And I don't think that would have happened at 10 o'clock in the morning. People aren't sauced up or even just hyped up because it's nighttime and you feel like you can get away with stuff. It became a security issue. We talked about it on Wednesday. The 10,000, think about that, 10,000 officers and all levels of NYPD were around because you saw them. It wasn't just, the uniformed police officers. It was school safety people. It was, the sanitation workers. It was a lot of people involved with this situation. 10,000 pales to 1 million.
Yeah. You're outnumbered.
And forget 2 million and forget what people are suggesting, 8 million. There's just not enough security.
I took advantage of the police being distracted. I didn't commit a crime or anything, but I did park in an alternate side illegal spot, and I knew there's no way I'm getting a ticket.
And you didn't?
And I did not get a ticket.
Oh, well done then.
Thank you, sir.
That's what happens when you come in at 4 o'clock in the morning. None of the garages are open.
Well, I also knew that I'm not getting a ticket.
Yeah, true.
They got bigger things to worry about right now. John is in Queens. Good afternoon, John.
Hey, John.
My guys, you guys did a great job yesterday.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. What's up?
One thing I want to say that I learned after hearing James Dolan speak. Can we go back to him not speaking ever again? I think I liked it that way a lot better.
Right.
That's what some of the interviews
silent
owner. Guys done. Yeah, this guy
be the silent owner.
He needs a lot of writers.
He's not good at it. Now, selfishly, I think it's great for the station because him and Craig have a good relationship, and he's come on a lot.
Of course.
So it gets a lot of attention, and that's good. But
and we get good information from him.
He's not good at speaking. You're not wrong about that, John.
Yeah, but them Craig interviews are a little suspect, though. But that's a whole nother story.
What do you mean? Like he's sitting on his lap or something like that?
Yeah, this is kind of layup type of, it's not,
Well, they're
kind
friends.
of soft kind of interview.
They're buddies.
Yeah, I understand why they're friends. But anyway, I want to talk about the Knicks moving forward, right? So, to some of your points you made earlier, Evan, I want to be aggressive, man. Like, why not try to go back-to-back, right?
Yeah.
That'd be the first team to go back-to-back in, 8-9 years? So,
since the Warriors.
Couple of suggestions that I have, and I know Knicks fans is going to kill me about this, but I'm not the biggest Mitch fan. I think he's a little childish and some immaturity there. So I would love to see if they can find some type of Mitch 2.0 in the draft and save that money and spend it elsewhere. I would love to re-sign Sherman. I agree with your point on Cat that maybe down the road, and again, you definitely have to be ruthless in this business, and he did help us bring a chip, but maybe after this next season, I wouldn't be opposed to, maybe seeing if we can trade him at the high point.
Well, yeah, that's going to be the issue, is if you trade him, when are you trading him?
I mean, you want the honest answer?
It's,
You're not going to hear it.
Next year?
No, it's now. It is. He has a player option next year.
I understand that, but if you trade him now, you undercut your chances of repeating.
It depends on what the return is. I would tend to agree with you, which is why I wouldn't trade him. But I think if you're talking about when is the best time to trade him, he has a player option next year. Right. He can opt out. He can be a free agent, and then you could potentially lose him.
Yeah. By the way, I just saw the replay of Jazz getting hit in the groin. He definitely does not have a cup on.
How can you tell?
Because it sinks into his body. The cup, it bounces right off.
Oh my god!
Like that's why the guys were laughing at him, because he definitely is not wearing a cup.
That's like the worst time to laugh at him.
Chisholm! Just say it.
He just got hit.
Chaz Chisholm.
Jeez.
Chaz Chisholm.
It's crazy how many people could get that right.
I think that ruthlessness is good.
Yeah.
Okay,
and you have to be.
And you have to be. But I don't think, and we could game plan this, I'll spend the weekend trying to figure this out going into free agency, what a viable return would be to make the ruthlessness worth it.
Well, to me,
because I don't think it's going to
me, it's not even a return. Because when you talk return, it's like, this prospect or this guy. I think you need a replacement. You need someone who can be a semblance of what he brought. And that's obviously size, but it's ability to stretch a defense and create these lanes that we know that Jose Alvarado and Jalen Brunson in particular took advantage of. So there's not that many of those guys.
And you know what? This conversation sucks. I admit it, especially anyone just tuning in. Like, you guys seriously talking about Trade Cat? Like, it sucks that when you win a championship, there is that moment where you start pivoting towards the future.
Mm-hmm.
But some teams make decisions where they say, we're just going to continue running it back until the wheels come off. I'll give you another sport analogy on that. The Phillies with the Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley era. Like, they just ran it till the wheels came off, and it was bad. And then other teams are more proactive. And you hate it at the time because you're like, dude, we just won a championship. Why are we getting rid of this guy? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And it's a very tough area to kind of sew between. Now, one thing I know about Leon Rose is he's ruthless, and he also has the most political capital he'll ever have.
That's right.
Leon Rose could do anything right now, and I think most Knicks fans would take a step back and say, you know what? I trust that guy.
And Jim Dolan will let him do that because he just proved that he has the viability to do it.
He will let him do it. The only thing James Dolan is questioned now is how big the check would be.
Yeah.
And that was
the one he doesn't want to write.
The one he doesn't want to write, as we played earlier. In fact, cue that up one more time in case someone new to the audience is tuning in. A few days ago, James Dolan was on with Craig and Big Mac and was asked about running the team back. And he talked about the second apron and said something that put up, I guess, warning flags concerning why he wouldn't want to go past the second apron.
You know, we're willing to stretch, right? But there's certain things in the NBA that you have to be, suicidal to do, and we're not going to do those. The one of them was called the second apron. Cannot go into the second apron.
Got it.
But it's. But that's up to Leon, right?
He's making all the decisions. You're just stroking checks, right?
Yeah, I'm just telling him how big of a check I can write, right? I'll write as big of a check as possible, but I can't write a check that goes into the second apron.
Got it.
Well, by the way, he was also talking for. I think he's talking for all NBA owners. No, he's not the only one that doesn't want to go.
Four teams have gone into the second apron.
Four teams have done it.
But teams have done it.
They've done it, and
they're the NBA champs.
Yeah.
You should be more willing to go into that second apron. My point is, he talked about writing a check. He didn't talk about the penalties that come with the second apron.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about writing a check.
Yeah.
And there should be a willingness to write that check.
Yeah. And look, I defended him in some ways because of the business side of this. We as fans and analysts or whatever you want to call us, IBOs, on the NBA and the Knicks in particular, we look at it from a just win standpoint. The fan is paying XYZ, but at some point you also have to have the perspective of the owner.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that.
I know you're not, but I tend to look that way sometimes and say, look, he's a mature owner. He's been an owner for a long time. He's made money, lost a ton of money, I'm sure, over the years. You can't be irresponsible with the operations of your business that you're running.
But the customer even off a championship, doesn't want to hear a billionaire say, I'm sorry, I can't write that check. It's too big.
Yeah. And look, he didn't say he wouldn't. He said he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to go on the second apron.
But Leon Rose is going to make that determination. That's what I got out of that.
Ben is down in Washington, D.C. What's up, Ben?
Oh, what's going on, fellas? It's great to hear you both.
Likewise.
I'm on my way back from New York. I went up for the parade yesterday, and I'm it sounds like one of the few that got a great spot and got to see the entire parade.
No, you are. I mean, you're lucky. How early did you get there?
Yeah, so I stayed with my cousins in Somerville, and we actually drove from Somerville to Staten Island, took the ferry in at I think we got on the 4 o'clock ferry, got into Lower Manhattan at 4:30, and then it was just kind of chaos once we got there. We just followed the groups, and then we ended up getting a line, and then we went through the absolute craziness of the screening that was quote-unquote screening, and then went to Broadway, and we just stood there for hours.
But here's the thing, Ben. You got there because you left early.
Right.
And I think Sean said it with you a couple of days ago, leave early. So if you didn't leave early, I mean, it's kind of your fault.
Yeah, that's right.
I hate to say that.
If you didn't go early, you didn't have a chance.
Do you remember?
Unless you had a credential.
Right. That's far different. Do you remember in 2022, Keith Hernandez got in a lot of hot water because he was very critical of the Philadelphia Phillies? Mets were having a really good year.
Yep.
They ended up making the playoffs. And Keith, on a broadcast with Gary Cohen, said, I am purposely not doing the Phillies series because I hate watching the Phillies play because their fundies are bad.
Yeah.
In fact, if you missed that, this was from 2022. Here's the way it sounded, and it became a kind of a hot-button issue in the city of Philadelphia.
They never seem to disappoint. I mean, over the years, now they're hot right now. I would like to see them. But, as far as fundamentally and defensively, the Phillies have always been just, not up to it.
Maybe we can shoehorn you into the schedule now that they're playing well and maybe up to your standards.
Well, we'll see. Don't hold your breath.
That comment from 2022 became a big deal, not only in the city of Philadelphia, but in the Phillies locker room. They took it very personal. And as you may recall, the Phillies ended up getting to the World Series. And Keith Hernandez became an enemy in the city of Philadelphia because of those comments.
Because he's a hater.
Well, I've got something for you from last night.
No.
The Mets beat the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
But yet on the postgame show, Ricky Bottalico, the former Philly pitcher and former Met pitcher, and whoever his coworker is, decided, in my opinion, to go far more critical on the Mets than Keith Hernandez ever was on the Philadelphia Phillies. Take a listen.
Look at the Mets. They
stink.
I mean,
They're
that defense, their fundamentals were bad. I've seen a lot of double play combos. They used to, hey, look at how quick they are. This is the most slow-mo team I've seen on double plays in a long, long time.
So
they did have a very slow one.
I don't disagree with that. And by the way, so the Phillies also didn't have good fundamentals. Sometimes the truth doesn't matter. It's the critical comments. They weren't done yet.
On Saturday, when you play against them on Saturday, remember how bad they are defensively, and they're lazy, to be completely honest with you. And when you look at everything, it's almost in slow motion for them defensively. They throw the ball around when under pressure, too, a little bit. You got to start putting some pressure on them. I mean, stealing some bases when you get on, doing the little things.
So,
meanwhile, Francisco Alvarez threw out a couple guys.
Yeah.
Including one at third, which was unbelievable throw.
It was also a dumb play on the Phillies' part.
Right,
I agree with you that the Mets' defense has been suspect, especially turning two last night, whether it was Bo at short or Zach Short at shortstop. I am not arguing that. What I am merely telling you is those two guys went much further than Keith Hernandez.
Yeah, but we don't care about those guys.
Well, maybe the Mets should.
Because
what do you mean?
The Mets as the players? Or
yeah,
the Mets as
the Mets, forget us. The Mets as players, because the Philly players were pissed off at Keith Hernandez. It became a thing in 2022. They used it as bulletin board material. So all I'm saying is if the Phillies use that innocent comment from Keith Hernandez as a thing, I fully expect, and I would hope, that Bo Bichette and Marcus Semien, proud veterans, and they were called out.
Yeah,
they
but
were
not
called lazy, Tiki.
But not proud veterans of the Mets.
It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter.
But they're talking about them specifically.
But it shouldn't matter. Well, they're the double play combination.
Yeah, of course.
You can include Zach Short, but no one cares. He'll be gone in a week. If the Phillies took Keith's comments personal, why wouldn't the Mets take those comments personal?
I mean, they should.
That's all I'm saying.
Or just, sometimes it doesn't matter to the critic. it gives maybe the fans some satisfaction, but for the player, you still have a ton of games to play. You can't take every single critic comments personally. You just can't.
I know, but the Phillies did, and it became a rallying cry, and they won the pennant. Why can't the Mets?
Yeah.
Or why shouldn't the Mets?
Well,
it's not even can't. Why shouldn't the Mets?
Well,
that audio better be played in that locker room today.
I mean, maybe it will, but at the end of the day, are the Mets
not today. They're off today. Tomorrow.
Are the Mets good enough to win the pennant?
Probably. I didn't think the Phillies were either, though.
Yeah.
Don't get into that. See, you're being too literal.
I'm being rational. That's the problem.
All I know is whether it works or not, and it probably won't because they're not good enough. See, I'll meet you in the middle just to get you on my side.
Yes. You're saying they need to have some reaction.
Those comments should be played.
They should have some reaction.
And you know what? If Bo Bichette's not going to react to it and Marcus Simeon's not going to react to it, you know what? At least you tried. If you're Carlos Mendoza, that Ricky Metallico pitched in the major leagues. I understand he's not Keith Hernandez. He is a major leaguer or a former major leaguer who just said you're lazy.
He's lazy.
If you can't use that as inspiration, then why are you here?
No, you should, but I can't say that they will.
So you don't think the Mets are winning the pennant now?
No.
I mean, the Phillies won the pennant.
Yeah, but I don't see it yet.
All because Keith Hernandez had to open up his big fat mouth.
Where were the Phillies at that point of the season?
They were playing well.
Very nasty.
Where are the Mets at this point of the season?
They're 7 games under 500.
And they're playing 500 baseball, but not. It's not. I mean, they got to play way above 500 to get back to where they need to be. I understand
what they need to do. I'm merely saying use it as motivation. If the sumbitch Phillies used it 4 years ago, damn, it was a long time ago, then I expect the Mets to. But that post-game shot's what they do.
Right.
They're jerks. Now, again, they're jerks, but they weren't fully wrong with what they said. Because I'll tell you this, it did look like slow motion.
He's lazy.
It did. But that's me saying it. That's not the Philly broadcast post-game show saying it. So, Carlos Mendoza, you have an off day in Philadelphia. I feel bad for you. That's a terrible place to have an off day. I think, even though you're ranked as the 18th best manager in baseball based on a new manager stat, I think you accidentally play that audio tomorrow before the game. And you make sure 2 proud veterans like Marcus Simeon and Bo Bichette hear every second of it. I did my work.
Well done, Evan.
Thank you very much. Back to your calls in a few minutes, 888-808-1019. We'll set you up for the sports weekend as well, and a brand new edition of Idiots with Idioms coming up in the 1 o'clock hour as well. Big week, guys. We got the 126th U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills and Father's Day. And Flag and Anthem is your answer for both. Heading to Southampton to watch Keegan Bradley. Grab some Americana polos from their licensed collection. Need a gift for Dad? Head on over to flagandanthem.com and order some of his favorite shirts and shorts, or get Dad a Flag and Anthem gift card. Check out their exclusive America 250 collection, premium, ultra-comfortable patriotic gear, celebrating America's 250th birthday. Don't wait until the last minute. Get Dad another boring tie. Don't do that. Use code WFAN25 for 25% off.
Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Window-Rama keeps the Northeast's largest in-stock selection of Andersen windows, patio doors, and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They build them in-house to keep your jobs on track. And with Rama Rewards for Pros, earn up to 2% back, plus perks like free delivery. Window-Rama for Pros. Your job, your deadline, your team. Visit windowrama.com to learn more.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store at metalsupermarkets.com. I'm here to tell you, if Giannis ends up in Boston as part of a 3-team deal, the winner of that trade is not the Boston Celtics. It's also not the Milwaukee Bucks either. It's the team that ends up with Jaylen Brown. And breaking up Brown and Jason Tatum will go down as a massive mistake by the Celtics in their search for an interior presence. I'm Chris Mack.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit TremfyaRadio.com.
53 years. Down 2-1 in round 1. Down 29 in game 4. Ticker tape through the Canyon of Heroes. This city lived every second of it, and you've got the photos to prove it. Don't let them sit on your phone. Fracture prints your photo onto real glass. It never fades. It's made in the USA, and it's built to last. The most personal piece of sports memorabilia you'll ever own. Yours in minutes. Go to tryfracture.com, upload your photo, and order. First 100 get a free small print. Use code word BOOMER at checkout. First 100 only.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Ever finish cooking and realize your food didn't finish cooking? There's a smarter way. With the Chef IQ Sense, guessing is over. It's a smart thermometer that alerts your phone the moment your food is ready. So steaks hit perfect doneness, chicken stays juicy, and dinner just works. Insert the probe, choose your doneness, and relax. Because great cooking isn't luck.
Your food is ready.
It's Chef IQ. Use code RADIO at checkout to save big on ChefIQ.com. That's code RADIO at ChefIQ.com.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
It's a Yingling thing. Watching the grill like it's the championship game. Yelling at the ref as if he can hear you. Sipping a Yingling traditional lager and feeling like the MVP. Brewing America's lager for nearly 200 years.
Get your Yingling Lager at Old Street Restaurant and Bar in Smithtown, Mom's Kitchen on the corner of 48th and 9th, or Gaff East on 2nd Avenue and East 88th. Yingling Lager, an ice-cold tradition, ready to be poured. Enjoy a Yingling today.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Australia is trading at 17% to beat Argentina, meaning a $100 trade pays out $570 if they win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. So for a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's code CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and it covers your whole morning all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast, it's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participations and times may vary. Offer prices varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Continue the Jersey Shore's greatest Father's Day tradition and bring Dad to Monmouth Park Racetrack on Sunday, June 21st. All men get free admission. Enter Dad to win Leonard Skinner concert tickets. Also mark your calendar for 2 of summer's biggest events. Naira Betts Haskell Day, the summer's biggest party, on July 18th. Then join me, Al Dukes, at Monmouth Park on Saturday, August 15th for day 1 of the Surf and Turf Seafood Festival. Go to monmouthpark.com.
Hey, New York, congratulations from BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Players can shoot their shot with more sports action like odds boosts, same-game parlay boosts, and more. BetMGM offers a star-studded lineup of markets, including live bets, props, and original bets. And if you're looking to call the shots with the same precision as the champs, early cash out will be offered on select bets to give you the flexibility to take your payout early. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
You know, you work your whole life for this moment. Throughout my career, I've seen myself fall down. People tell me to stay down, and I got back up. Even when I was in the mud, and I kept putting my left foot in front of my right foot. I kept trusting God. I kept trusting my faith. I kept trusting the work.
New York has its title. The 2026 NBA champion New York Knicks. For complete championship coverage, insight, reaction, and everything orange and blue. Stay with the Fan. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
As we begin the transition from NBA champions to what's next, or now what? What do we do now? NBA free agency begins a week from Tuesday, June 30th at 6 o'clock. The NBA draft is Tuesday night at Barclays Center, with the Knicks picking 24th and then having 2 second-round picks the next day. But the other thought, and there's no right answer to it because everybody is so different, and certainly I am on the outside looking in, is how winning a championship changes you. We were asking Benengo about that earlier in the week. Like, does it change the Jet season? Does it change the way you feel? And I heard Craig say something the other day, and I don't know if he was just busting Big Mac's balls, but it made me think, which was, now that the Knicks won, do we really need a Yankees title? And again,
he's content.
He's probably.
And sometimes that happens.
Well, I kind of get it. Like, I don't get it because I've never seen my teams win anything, but I think if one of my teams did win a championship, I probably would be a little bit more content for the next team's season. So while it may have been busting Big Mac's balls, I gave it a lot of thought. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I could see people feeling that way.
I think you would really want another championship. You would want, say, if it's the Mets, you would want the Jets to win a championship or whatever it may be, but you would be less bothered by it if they didn't.
Maybe that's the answer. Less stressed?
Yeah, you're not stressed about it because you've already had that itch scratched a little bit. So it's like, all right, we can get them next year.
And I'll tell you from the other perspective, and again, there's not many people who have this, but as someone who's not a Knicks fan or a Yankee fan, the other team that's very close to winning a championship, and I said this to Tommy the other day at the parade, I said, if the Yankees win the World Series as a non-Yankee fan, it probably won't bother me that much.
Right.
Because I just sat through this.
Because you just had this. It's the same. It's the same. It's for those that are Knicks, say, Yankee fans, just like Nets, Met fans.
Yeah.
Like it damps it down just a little bit.
It'd be like, okay.
Well, you're used to it. You're more used to it now because it literally just happened.
Exactly. So from the other side, I really see that point. Now, I get it that we all kind of love our teams maybe a little bit differently. It's not always equal. So if the Yankees are your number one and the Knicks are a strong 2 or strong 3, maybe that doesn't work for you, like the case of Big Mac. But I do wonder, as now we focus on the baseball season, if it changes your view on it, if it almost relaxes you a little bit, or in my case, makes it like, if the Yankees win, what's the big deal?
It feels like gravy. It feels like you got your meal. It's gravy now. You're putting some great seasoning on top. And it's almost guaranteed to get a little bit of seasoning, even if they don't put the full complement on, because the Yankees are going to get to the postseason. They're the best team in the American League right now, and you know that they're going to have a chance to get to the World Series.
Wow. Forget chance. They are the best team in the American League, and they're the best team in the American League by a lot. And they've played without Aaron Judge now for a little bit. They're scoring more runs per game without Aaron Judge. They're 9-5 since they've lost him. And we talked about this when he first went down with the injury. They are just better equipped to deal with this injury than they were a few years ago. So as much as I gave you the stats on their record without Aaron Judge, I always told you it's different now. And it should be different now, and it has been different now. And a part of it is similar to the Knicks, that the American League isn't very good. But much like the Knicks with the Eastern Conference, who cares?
Right, doesn't matter. You can only play who you can play.
That's all you can worry about.
Yeah, you're not, hey, let's switch leagues so that we can play tougher competition. We'd love to play the Dodgers 13, 14 times, whatever it is, and try to win a World Series from that side. No, you just, if you happen to play them in the World Series, just play them again in the World Series.
You'll take your chance.
Yes.
You take your chance against the Dodgers in the World Series. Just get to the World Series. And right now, as we sit here in the middle of June, the Yankees, to me, even without Aaron Judge, even with Giancarlo having a setback, they're the best team in the American League. Without Max Fried, too. Let's throw that in there. I mean, there's plenty of withouts, and they're still doing fine.
Yeah.
Now, on the other side, the Mets are about to get Francisco Lindor back, which feels almost like a victory, that Lindor could be back as early as next week. He's already had these simulated games. He's going to go on a very brief rehab assignment. My only worry with Lindor coming back is, what can you honestly expect from him? He's missed a lot of time. Remember, he was slumping to begin the season. I don't know if you could automatically expect that when Lindor comes back, he's just going to be awesome.
I mean, how many rehab assignments is he going to have before he gets back? Because the problem at the start of the regular season was he missed all of spring training. And so that what we call typical slow start for him likely was because he didn't have spring training.
Or it was a slow start. Because he always gets off to them.
Right. But I think the injury you could chalk up to him missing a lot of spring training. Just that extra wear that's on your body because you didn't do it.
Well, that's the same thing.
You didn't ease into it. So now you got to worry about that as well.
And that's why I'm excited he's coming back, but I can't have these crazy expectations that he's just going to start carrying the team.
Yeah.
Because he's missed a lot of time. But yeah, it looks like Lindor could be back as early as sometime next week. So Mets getting healthier. Yankees will eventually get healthier, but even without full health, they continue to win despite what happened last night against the White Sox. They open up a 3-game series tonight against the Reds.
Rehab assignment tonight. You said that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it may only take a couple of rehab games, and he could return as early as next week when the Mets take on the Chicago Cubs. Do you think OG's throwing out a first pitch? I would assume so, right?
Didn't they invite him?
Well, he's a Met fan.
That's what I mean. The Mets. Didn't they invite him to throw out a first pitch?
I assume that they have.
Yeah, so he should.
Yeah, I think he's fugazing.
What, him?
Well, you know, I met him in the locker. I went to
right.
I actually...
Wait, did you give him the Mondani question?
No.
Hey, all right. Hey, I know you're a big fan. Can you name 4 Mets?
No. What happened was
not named Juan Soto.
I didn't do that. I went to the last Knicks regular season game last year because I was obsessed with the fact that OG has claimed to be a Met fan.
But how would that happen?
He grew up in St. Louis, and I think he loved Delgado and a few of the 06 Mets. He said Jose Reyes he's a big fan of. So I went into the locker room, waited for him, and then he comes in, and I say, hey, OG, I just wanted to talk to you about the Mets. And he's like, could you give me a few minutes? And then someone told me, I think it was one of the writers, he's blowing you off.
Oh.
I said, why would he blow me off? I asked him to talk about the Mets.
Right, not about the Knicks or anything else, just the Mets, your fandom.
And then I went back to him and said, so, like, are you a Met fan? And he was like, kind of. Like, he didn't really.
He's not really a Met fan.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to talk to me about the Mets, not because of anything about. But yeah, obviously, there's no idea.
He doesn't
why
want to be grilled about the Mets.
I think he was afraid. Yeah, like what's this guy?
He doesn't know a lot about the Mets.
He's not Donovan Mitchell. Put it that way.
It'd be like, hey, Tiki, you're a Ranger, not even a Ranger. You're a Devils fan. Can I grill you about the Devils?
Right.
I'd be like, no. Not at all. Why
Not
would you
at
think
all.
that?
Not at all.
You could talk to me about Jack Hughes, maybe. That's about it.
You got to appreciate my effort, though.
Of course.
I mean, I went into the locker room to talk to this guy.
Of course.
About the Mets.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, then I watched the basketball game, and the Knicks won, and nobody played. That was the last game of the regular season last year. It was Knicks-Nets at Barclays Center. That was the only way I was able to get a credential. Though I think the relationship's better now with the Garden.
I
think Craig Easton.
Craig has a relationship with the Garden, but does anybody of any of the rest of us have?
I don't know. I'll try to get a credential next year, so I don't have to not have to wait for Knicks Nets at Barclays Center to go into the locker room.
Right.
I'll go in the locker room again. What am I asking this time? What am I curious about this time? I got to think about this.
Well, are Jalen Brunson? Are they Philly fans?
Yeah, Jalen's a Philly guy.
Philly fan.
And Josh is a Commander fan.
No, I'm talking about baseball. Oh,
Yeah,
Josh is Yankee?
Josh, his uncle or great uncle is Elston Howard, which
I
they
think
talked about on the broadcast.
I think we heard that. Yeah, we heard that.
Yeah, no, Josh Hart is a Yankee fan. I think Jalen Brunson's a Philly fan, even though he put the Yankees.
Yeah, everything else is Philly for him. I know he's an Eagles fan, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, Josh was good in the locker room. I told you when I was in the locker room, I said, why did you bully Mikal Bridges to the Knicks? And he looked at me, he's like, no, Mikal Bridges bullied us. And I'm like, okay. I don't know where this is going. And yeah, that's my experience in the Knicks locker room.
Well, that's because he's older.
Yeah.
Mikal.
But he doesn't feel...
So he bullied Josh. That's what he meant.
There's
That's
no
what he
way
meant. He wasn't
he
talking about now. He wasn't talking about with the Knicks. He was talking about their relationship. Mikal and Jalen are the bullies on Josh Hart.
Right.
That's what he's.
Yeah, I don't
alluding
buy that
to.
for a second. Not for a second. Now, let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Let's go to Mark in Rockland. What's up, Mark?
I love your show. I want to make a point about the Knicks.
Yes.
Maybe trade up and they should draft Zuby.
I don't even know if they have to trade up because I think Zuby's probably going to go late first round, early second round. But yeah, that would be a popular move to bring in Zuby Ejiofor from St. John's.
Where is he mocked to go?
I thought it was late first, early second.
Yeah, I just have the first. I have all these mocks. They're just the first. They're giving me the first 14.
Doesn't he feel like a New York Knick? He's gritty.
I mean, of course he does.
He's tough. Yeah, I think last I checked was late first round. Let's go to Henry in Hartford, Connecticut. What's up, Henry? Hello, Henry.
How you doing, fellas? I'm there. Sorry about that.
Oh, so good. What's up?
Questions for you, fellas. First one is, what are your thoughts? I don't know how they'd be able to do it with the salaries, but to bring Devo back and really inspire Brunson, Bridges, and Hart to go on a mission to get this guy a ring, number one. And number two, Evan, this one's for you.
Yeah.
Who do you think would have a bigger parade? One of those big three teams with a bunch of former Knicks that Mamdani mentioned, or the 26-27 Brooklyn Nets?
I see. Thank you very much for that. Look at this
Nice.
shrapnel I get. Oh, because Connor had to make his jokes. I will
Let's
say
go
that-
Knicks.
You also deserve it for making that hearty laugh when Tiki mentioned the Knicks being champions.
Fair enough. Should I give a serious answer to that question? I think if the Nets ever won a championship, they'd get a decent amount of people. They'll never match the Knicks, but New York's a front-running town. And if a New York basketball team is succeeding, especially if it's built the right way, I'm not saying it'll be 2 million people, but they'll get a couple of 100,000
Well, in
people.
theory, they'd have to build some star power. Yeah. And so right now, they don't have it.
Well, to win a championship, you're going to have to do that.
That's what I mean.
Really.
Some of those players are going to have to become bona fide stars. And that, in and of itself, will start attracting fans.
Yeah. I'm not worried about
but
that.
But they're not there yet.
No, they're far away. As far as
Zuby Ejiofor is currently mocked top of the second round.
Yeah, so I was right.
Right.
They don't have to trade up.
No.
As far as DiVincenzo is concerned, he's making $12.5 million in an expiring deal.
Mm-hmm.
The Timberwolves are looking to deal him, but apparently they're looking to deal him alongside Julius Randle. So maybe...
3-team deal?
No. Maybe what the Knicks could do is bring back DiVincenzo and Julius for Garland.
Oh, come on.
Or the Nets could bring him in and then bring Tibbs in too. Do their own rebuild with the same guys.
We've moved on from the Nets. Why are we still talking about that? Would you do that? Would you redo the cat trade?
No. No. I think that Dante DiVincenzo could replace some of these players?
Of course. He'd be great on this
if Jose
team.
Alvarado decides to, I don't know, explore richer contracts elsewhere.
Skedaddle is the word.
Exactly. Or Landry Shamet. Of course, DiVincenzo would be interesting. Just how you acquire him is the question.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a match because what's being reported recently is that the Timberwolves would package them together again for some kind of valuable asset, which I'm not sure the Knicks have. But this is a guy in Dante DiVincenzo who Leon Rose didn't want to trade.
Mm-hmm.
It's been widely reported. They never wanted to deal
He's
him.
also Achilles. What did he have?
Oh, yeah. What was the injury that Dante had?
Did he do his Achilles? I think he did his Achilles.
He tore his Achilles, yeah.
Oh, dude, no, you can't trade for him.
I totally forgot about that. In the playoffs.
It just popped on my mind. Yeah, he's out for a minute.
Yeah, but he'd be back for next. Wait, actually, maybe he wouldn't be.
Probably next year.
What was the exact injury with him? It was a torn Achilles?
Yeah, in the playoffs.
Oh,
ruptured right Achilles tendon, April 2026, Game 4 against Denver.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you'd be bringing in the expiring deal, and he may not play.
Yeah.
I totally spaced on that.
Yeah.
Now that you said it, I remember it happening. Damn. Anyhow, let's go.
Good question, but not happening.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's go to Debbie in Levittown. Hey, Debbie.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
How are you doing?
We're good. What's up, Debbie?
Hello.
Yes.
Everything's good. I just wanted to touch base again because the Knicks, outstanding, incredible expectations, even though, each first quarter they started, I swear I think they wanted us to all have strokes, but it was great. Everybody came together. Everybody came together as a team, and a huge shout out. We did go to the parade.
Nice.
A huge shout out to the NYPD because what they got handed yesterday was something that has never been seen before, and they handled it with grace, with respect, and everybody where we were, everybody just came together again. And just going back to and I was able to celebrate that. I've been a Knicks fan for 59 years.
Wow.
And along with others, and I was able to share the parade with my sons, Danny and Gregory and Brendan from Florida, and Robert from New York, my daughter and Brittany, and just want to say thanks. You guys always supported us.
Of course.
Even though
we had Dan on Wednesday. Yeah, Dan called us on Wednesday.
And last year, they're like Knicks fans. There's nothing like Knicks fans. And I think New York and the rest of the world saw what we're capable of doing. At least the knuckleheads, you always have some knuckleheads, but people came together. They were smiling. They were courteous. They got into basketball. Everybody was talking, even if you didn't know them. And it was just an absolute incredible experience. And I don't even know if the Knicks understand what they did for New York. I hope they do down the road after they can settle from their, excitement and their great achievement.
No doubt about it.
I think as time goes by, it will finally sink in. It may not sink in for a long time. It may sink in when Jeremy Shohan comes back to New York in 20 years and gets paid a fortune to do like a card show. That may be the moment where it's like, damn.
Right. I was on the court when the Knicks won.
That's right. That's right. OG Anunoby's doing public events until the day he dies.
Yep.
So it may take a while for it to fully sink in, but glad you had a good time and well said about the NYPD. That was not an easy job yesterday, and they did their job as brilliantly as you could. Joe is in Cranford. What's up, Joe?
Tiki, considering the Knicks regular season attendance, I find it very hard to believe that they're losing money.
No, they're not losing money this year. They're not losing money this year. There's no chance they're losing money.
Previous years.
I'm talking like way back. I'm not talking like he's holding the team for 26.
How often has he lost money, though? Maybe the pandemic year would be the only year.
I'm not talking about basketball. I'm talking about the businesses around the Knicks.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant to me to spending on the Knicks.
But it matters. It matters.
And let me make this clear about James Dolan. He has spent on the Knicks. Like, no one's denying that.
Yeah, and it hasn't always come to fruition.
No doubt. He has tried. It's like Steve Cohen spending on the Mets, even if it doesn't work.
He's losing money.
A lot of money. I am just pointing out that an owner of a team who's making a fortune should not be saying, well, I'm not going to write that check. It comes across
I don't
horribly.
disagree.
And
I
he
don't
said
disagree.
that 2 days ago to Craig and Big Mac. He didn't say it's the second apron and it's the mid-level exception. He didn't say it's, well, we can't aggregate contracts and sign and trade. He didn't say any of that. He said, well, that's too big of a check to write. And considering, not from secondary markets, but from you, it was over $1,000 to get the finals games, there's no Knicks fan that wants to hear that.
No, not at all. And no, they shouldn't. And nor should you say it. It can happen. You can not do those things. Just don't say it.
Right. I got you. And look, it's all based on the actions. In a week and a half, NBA free agency is going to begin, and we're going to see the actions. We're going to see where they are in the second apron. We're going to see what they do this offseason. We're going to see if they sell off their first-round pick. We're going to see if they keep Mitch, if they keep Landry Shamet, and then we'll all have opinions. I'm curious how strong the opinions are going to be, because I think we are living in a post-championship world, and in a post-championship world, I think there's a lot of fans, and I understand it, who say, I'm not criticizing anything.
Right.
We just won a championship. Now, I think there will be some who will. I always tell you about the famous Jerome from Manhattan call to Joe Beningo after the Yankees won the World Series in 1996. The confetti hadn't even fallen yet, and he's talking about re-signing Jimmy Key. He better re-sign Jimmy Key. So there are moments where you can finally jump into the offseason. I'm just curious how deeply Knicks fans will jump into it. Or if it's going to be, you know what?
Right.
We won a title. None of it matters.
I think a lot of it is that.
And I respect that.
Of course, you should.
I don't know if that'll be me, though. I don't know what I'd be. In fact, I should stop speculating because I'm going to be dead. I'm not winning a championship. That's not happening. What team? what clown show's winning a championship?
Play call is my superpower, really.
Oh, okay. Whatever you say. Anyhow.
Why are you laughing?
You know why I'm laughing.
I'm just trying to really think of it. I'm like, it's not going to be the Nets.
All right, so we've ruled one out.
The Mets are probably your best bet.
It's always the Mets because of the nature of the sport.
Yeah, because anything can happen in baseball.
There's no salary cap.
Football is hard.
Yep.
Because unless you get damn lucky with your quarterback, and we don't know that that's going to happen yet, Jets might mess around and win too many games, even though we know that they got enough picks to do whatever they want. It's too much of a crapshoot in the NFL.
No, I think the answer...
You can be the best team not the best team in baseball and find a way.
No doubt. I mean, as crazy as it sounds for me to say this.
Yeah, it's the Mets.
There is a route where the Mets win the World Series this year. As crazy as that sounds, and it does sound crazy because they're 7 games under 500. They're not very good.
You can do that on a Rico.
Yeah, I'll do that on a Rico. I'll break that one down. Let's put Cam Schlittler in the window seat, brought to you by Windorama. Save up to $500 on windows and doors with Windorama, your local home team. Visit savewithrama.com. Cam's on the mound tonight against Cincinnati, and for the very first time in his fandom, Big Mac Chris McMonagle will watch him live. He's never seen Cam Schlittler pitch live.
Oh, that's cool.
So the pressures of Big Mac watching are certainly on Cam Schlittler tonight. A new edition of Idiots with Idioms in just a few minutes, plus more of your calls as we set up your sports weekend. 888-808-1019.
I am always busy and on the go, so keeping my family safe, especially when I'm not with them, is of utmost importance. That's why we turn to our partners at Slomin's, who recently installed the Slomin Shield Link system into our home. It's a smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that's manageable right from my phone. There's so many things to love about the Slomin Shield Link system, including the Apple Music that pumps throughout the house. But I particularly like the fact that when I lock my doors at night, everything turns on. The alarm, the lights, the landscape lighting, the smoke detection, all of those attention things come onto form. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Slomin Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics is expanding across Long Island and New Jersey, with offices coming to Babylon, West Babylon, Comac, and West Orange. From sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they're the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com today. And it's also sponsored by Bet365 and also sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Travel and Tourism. Visit nj.org.
Brad Evans here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Yar! Shiver me timbers! The Buccos' Brian Reynolds should crush inside cores. This season, he's batting .322 against lefties and has posted nearly a 1,300 OPS over the last week against Kyle Freeland and his ghastly 7.50 home ERA. Give me Reynolds 3+ hits, plus runs, plus RBIs, no matter the juice. Hashtag Team Huevos. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
New Jersey sets the stage for FIFA World Cup 26. 8 epic matches, including the final. Come for the games, stay for the wow. New Jersey, where the world meets its match. More at visitnj.org.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-339-6282. That's 800-339-6282.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
The world is coming to New Jersey. Celebrate with Wild Fork Foods and unite around World Cuts. Wild Fork makes it easy and affordable to bring the world's flavors to your grill. From classic American favorites to globally inspired meats and seafood sourced from 20-plus countries like Brazil, Japan, Australia, Mexico, and beyond. All ready for your grill, your game day spread, or next gathering. Shop at one of their Long Island, New York, and North Jersey locations or visit wildforkfoods.com today. Wild Fork Foods, the widest meat and seafood selection under one roof.
Want to stream the soccer matches while working from home? Your secret is safe with us. Verizon Mobile customers can switch to Fios Home Internet for just $20 a month, or get Fios and score 3 months of the Fox One perk on us. Then $15 a month to catch every match without blowing your cover. Visit Verizon.com to switch today. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount, enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Bring the flavor to the World Soccer Championship with Crush Orange Soda. Bursting with bold citrus flavor, Crush is the perfect pick for every match, highlight, and game-winning goal. Make every match even sweeter. Crush Orange Soda is available now at your local ShopRite.
John Montone, are you ready to make this the summer?
Yeah, Todd, the summer. But where do I find the summer?
At Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. because we have some amazing incentives to get you behind the wheel of a Jeep or Ram truck.
And you can really make this the summer when you step into a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4. Lease for just $399 a month for 39 months and just $48.88 due at signing, plus tax, title, and registration.
Or buy and get 0% APR financing for 60 months.
My summer is definitely being made during Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Rams Make This the Summer event.
Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. Zero security deposit. VIN number T4174388. MSRP $64.25. APR at $16.67 per month per $1,000 financed. N 6/30/26.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
53 years. Down 2-1 in round 1. Down 29 in game 4. Ticker tape through the Canyon of Heroes. This city lived every second of it, and you've got the photos to prove it. Don't let them sit on your phone. Fracture prints your photo onto real glass. It never fades. It's made in the USA, and it's built to last. The most personal piece of sports memorabilia you'll ever own. Yours in minutes. Go to tryfracture.com, upload your photo, and order. First 100 get a free small print. Use code word BOOMER at checkout. First 100 only.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Helping people achieve their goals is what we do. So if your goal is owning a home, we're here to help with guidance and resources, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
For USA versus Australia, FanDuel is giving you a 250% profit boost to use on your favorite bets. Whether you're backing the red, white, and blue to win, betting on goals, or building a same-game parlay, your winnings could get a major lift. And with every match carrying a little extra meaning this year, there's no better time to get in on all the action. Just opt in, claim your 250% profit boost, and use it on the USA versus Australia game. A big stage, a big opportunity, and a big boost worthy of $250. Only on FanDuel. Back the USA and get in on this huge boost before kickoff. Visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started today to get a 250% profit boost to use for USA versus Australia. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and older, please. Physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, you could call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
From opening night to championship night, what a ride! The New York Knicks are NBA champions. Continue the celebration with a fan.
We have ourselves a big week. We got the 126th U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills and Father's Day also this weekend. Flag and Anthem is your answer for both. Heading to Southampton to watch Keegan Bradley grab some Americana polos from their licensed collection. Need a gift for Dad? Head on over to flagandanthem.com and order up some of his favorite shirts and shorts. Or get Dad a Flag and Anthem gift cards. Check out their exclusive America 250 collection, premium, Ultra comfortable, patriotic gear celebrating America's 250th birthday. But don't wait until the last minute. And don't get them another boring tie. Use code WFAN for 25% off. WFAN 25 for 25% off.
And this Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Today is the 180th anniversary of the first baseball game ever recorded, which took place at Elysian Fields in Hoboken, New Jersey, where I live, between the Knickerbockers and the New York Nine. June 19th, 1846. If you go to Hoboken, they still have the bases laid out in the intersection there.
Very cool.
The Knickerbockers won the game 23-1 in 4 innings. So the Knicks have been kicking ass on this date a lot.
It's also the 5-year anniversary of the KD's Foot is Too Big game. And it's also Juneteenth. So you got a lot going on today. It's also Friday. And right around this time every Friday, we like to collect the mistaken idioms from the week that was, not just on our show, but around the radio station, in a little segment we like to call Idiots with Idioms.
Hey, you know what time it is? It's Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Idiots with Idioms. Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with Idioms.
I think there was a time when losing hides all. There's no doubt about it. No one cares that Leandro
Winning hides all. Winning hides all.
Winning hides all.
Exact
obviously.
opposite.
Exact opposite.
Yeah.
You loser! I get to the studio to pick up my credential. Boomer and Craig are doing, Boomer and Gio are doing some crazy bit.
Boomer assassin!
Yeah. Are you able to? No, I think you compartmentalize. No, whatever that is. Compartmentalize. Yeah, there we go.
That's why you're a fool.
Team USA begins its World Cup saga tonight at 9 p.m. versus Paraguay.
What'd you call
what is it called?
Paraguay. Is it parakeet?
I can't.
I don't know if you saw me in the video. I literally throw my headset off my heads. Off my heads. I only have one.
Welcome to hell!
The pinstripes don't mean squat.
You could just see the seeds of this team becoming a champion throughout our eyes, or in front of our eyes.
Yes! Let's go!
The big Lugowski to build this team, this franchise, and this program into consistent playoff team appearancers. I just made up a phrase there. Tommy the Trendsetter.
Oh!
$124.95 plus shipping and handling. Own a piss. That's right. That's a piece of Knicks history. I felt violated. He's so tough. He's just, balls tough.
My penis looked bigger.
About the 86 World Series, where you were when the ball went through Mookie's legs.
They looked like balls.
And a big thank you to Strauss Bakery for sending us the Larry O'Brien cake trophy. I mean, it was trophy cake?
Trophy cake,
yes.
Stuff it right in my face, Jerry.
There you go.
Everyone has picked the New York Knicks, and then there was one straddler.
I need you to ride me, all right? Will you?
The Game 3 loss to Atlanta. Gut series moment in the playoffs.
I believe that Ciara's a chubby chaser. And I believe if we both weren't married, she would have considered going home with me.
So he just kind of let his fingers do the
tip.
What?
I have dudes in the back. I'd be feeding him, drinking him. Like, you guys aren't leaving.
Drinking them.
Oh, yeah.
I love watching big men do damage on little guys.
Because this is, I guess, offering you bread in this argument. Bread? Baking bread? What? Breaking bread.
Calzone, huh? Yeah, let's hear it. Pass that on down.
We never debated DeBrunson DeGrom.
Can't even believe it. It's just going to be the
insinuation.
Yes. Insinuation.
Right.
Hello. Yep. Rub yourself on him. Rub those hits off. Or give me some of those hits.
I'll give him some of my meat.
That made me realize when I put my eyes to shut last night.
And if you have success in college, you had success. You probably did have sex in high school, but you had success in high school. Go smash into that hole right there.
It just gets really hard once Derrick Henry starts grinding on you.
They are the kings of the city. This group is going to be memorized forever.
McGonagall.
Laugh till you split your sides. Idiots with idioms.
That was a week right there.
Oh, man. It's almost the drops that we've all said before that accent the ones that we messed up this week that make it even funnier.
That's a great job by Connor right there.
Good job, Connor.
Excellent work on another edition of Idiots with Idioms. Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Let's go to, I think it's Sabi in Queens. What's up, Sabi? Or Sabi? Sabi in Queens?
What's up?
Sorry.
Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah. That's me. Hey, man, really quickly, so I was actually celebrating this Knicks championship. It's been bittersweet because I was supposed to be at Game 5. I booked a flight Friday night Frontier at 6 a.m. That got canceled. And then I get another flight. I booked another flight on American Airlines at 12 p.m. That got delayed hours. We were actually sitting on the plane. I made a tweet about it as well. It was a 5-hour delay. We ended up missing the game. There was a father and son next to me. The plane was full of Knicks fans. I kid you not. After every announcement with each delay, we're just sitting there on the plane. A bunch of Knicks fans got up and literally stormed the cockpit and asked the pilot, dude, what's going on? Eventually he said, hey, we're waiting on one final sign off on this paperwork. I got up. I said, hey, can we sign it, or can we email it to OG Anunoby? He'll sign it. The pilot was unfortunately not, but yeah, it was rough. We ended up getting off the plane. One guy actually stayed on that flight. I saw later the flight landed at mid third quarter, so there's no way he made it to the game in time.
Yeah, that stinks.
But it was crazy. But it was cool. Obviously enjoying the moment still. My father was a big time Knicks fan. He used to always joke with me hey, I've seen the Knicks win in my lifetime. I don't think you ever will. So it would have been cool to kind of share this moment with him. But yeah, missed the game, man. Unfortunately, I was at the parade. I missed the parade too, but I got to see all the other entertainment. It was pretty cool. And last thing, I asked the cop actually there, hey, did you guys ever consider extending the route? And he was absolutely not, because the rest of the city got to continue, and New York City carries on. If we extended the route, that means way more police officers. That means way more disruption. So
that's a good point. We think of Thanksgiving, but it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
the Thanksgiving
and
Day parade.
Most people are off.
Yeah, this is a
the city's closed.
Yeah, this is a middle of the week situation. Well, what I'd make him feel better about, despite the flight issues, is that you'll never forget that memory. You have a memory of the Knicks winning a championship. I know you envisioned it being different, being in the building, but that story, that flight, the camaraderie with the people.
The fact that he was supposed to go the day before and it got canceled.
Yeah.
That's what sucks.
No, that does, because I would always say fly the day before so you don't run into that issue.
Plan ahead, and he did, and it didn't matter.
It just didn't matter.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Let's go to Chris in Freeport. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure, man.
So, first and foremost, I have to correct my own malfeasance, because I called the other day to Tiki and Sean, and I said, I always call about the Yankees, and it was such disrespect to not say something about the Knicks. They're leading people back to Jesus with this championship. So I just needed to correct that.
That's true.
And apologize on my own behalf.
Yep.
I wanted to say, Evan, I think you are 100% right about the Mets and those comments from the Philly broadcasters. Last season, Yanks took 2 out of 3 from the Blue Jays at the stadium towards September.
Yes.
And the next day, one of the jabronis for the Blue Jays goes, the Yanks, they're not good. They're not a good team.
Right.
They can't run the bases. They don't win if they don't hit a home run. And the Yankees went on a tear, and they tied the Blue Jays. Obviously, we had lost the season series. But the Mets should use that. I think that they should jump in feet first and F the Phillies and F Philadelphia in general.
You're right.
No,
and
right.
I forgot about
that's what everyone's espousing.
I forgot about the Buck Martinez example that he brought up. Now, unfortunately, you didn't get the last laugh.
No,
because while you played the Blue Jays and you made the playoffs, the Blue Jays won the division via tiebreaker, beat your ass in the regular season, and then beat you in the playoffs. So you didn't get the happy ending.
Yeah,
but you definitely had this.
You got
announcer.
motivated. You got motivated to get tied with them.
Yes.
But you didn't have home field advantage, and then it's ultimately, we know, a death knell for the Yankees.
It didn't work, is the point.
Right.
If you missed the comments he was referring to, if you rewind on the Odyssey app to about 12:45, the Philly post-game broadcast team went to aim on the lazy, sucking New York Mets. That's basically what they said. They suck, and they're lazy.
He's lazy.
Yeah. Let's go to Kenny in Staten Island. Hey, Kenny.
What's going on, guys? Pleasure meeting up with you yesterday at City Hall.
Good seeing you, man.
But listen, City Hall, they got to get it right. You can't have more than one. Besides the mayor, nobody else should have spoke. They took the air out of the room.
I think you're right.
It totally deflated the crowd.
Right.
We needed Knick players speaking. It would have been great for Mitchell Robinson to speak. And I think if Sochan would have spoke, it would have been hilarious. I thought, because the crowd just didn't seem into the speeches.
Right, they weren't.
Brunson.
Well, because it was all nonsense.
Night.
It was all political capital stuff. And Kenny, good to see you yesterday. right outside right in front of the mayor. So it was cool. You're hanging out. You got a chance to see it up close and personal. But it would have been cool to hear from more players.
It should have been.
Like, Alvarado would have been awesome to hear from.
No doubt. I think, honestly, it's not like a big roster. It's the NBA. I would have heard from half the guys.
Right, but especially the guys that are New Yorkers.
The mayor speaking, of course.
Yeah.
Could have been shorter, as great as the speech was, sure. The owner, even though the owner is not exactly great at public speaking, he is the owner. Leon Rose, totally fine. But yeah, that's who the people want to hear from. We don't need to hear from politicians we're not familiar with.
Right.
We don't even know half these politicians.
Right, especially because they didn't give great presentations.
No, one guy said Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
I'm like, what city are we in right now?
Right.
Let's go to Big Al in Dobbs Ferry. What's up, Big Al?
Hey, what's up, boys? How you doing?
Good, man.
Good.
I need some help.
Yeah.
I need some help here with dealing with the Knicks. I have a little letdown. There's a little void. And you know, I was thinking about an analogy, and it's kind of funny. I wanted to share with you, and if you hear me out. When my wife was pregnant, we found out we had a hard time getting pregnant. She had twins, and
nice.
we found out she was pregnant. So the first trimester, everyone's excited. It's like the Knicks. The first part of the season, we're all excited, right? Second trimester, things lulled, settled down. No one's really doing, and then the Knicks settled down a little bit, and we were like, they're not that good. Then they had the Dolan speech, a third trimester Dolan speech, heading to the playoffs, right? I'm trying to pump my wife up. You're heading to the last final. Come on, let's do it. Then the what now moment. This is where I'm at right now. The what now moment. We win it all. The last stage. We get home. The kids were in the NIC unit for 5 weeks. They get home. We put the car seats down on the floor. I look at her and I say, "What now?" Because I had no idea how to be a father. And I'm like, now I don't know what to do with the Knicks. You know what I mean? Like, what now?
Yeah.
I need you guys' help. I need you guys' help.
Well, fortunately, you will figure it out because life is going to happen.
We're talking about the kids or the Knicks part?
I'm talking both.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this already happened. His kids, I'm sure, are older now at this point.
Right.
But at some point, you figure it out. Life will come at you one day at a time.
See,
that's a cliche, but it's true.
The kid analogy, and I respect it. Here's why I don't agree with it.
Why?
Because once
it gets more exciting.
Well, no, I'm not even saying about exciting, but once the kid is born, now the work really begins. It's like,
especially for you, Dad.
As a dad, I got to burp him. I got to put him to sleep.
Jack up at that point.
That's right. All I did was make sure my wife wasn't going to cut my head off. Right. That's all I did.
Right.
When your team wins a championship, and what the hell do I know? I understand. It's literally over. Like, there's no hard work other than breaking down the offseason.
Well, that's what he's saying. He's saying he's got now all this time until the next season starts where what do I do?
Yeah, my dad told me about this with 86 with the Mets, that there was a little bit of, okay, now what after you win a championship?
And what did he do?
I think you marvel in it. Like, I can tell you what theoretically I would do.
In it?
Yeah, I'd watch YouTube clips over and over again.
Yeah, but
that's what I would do. You're asking me? I would just sit there and watch it over and over again. Naked.
To that point, there is so much content now.
Yeah.
You can go find mashups of this Knicks season in 30 different ways.
That's what I would do.
And you'll get excited about every single one of them, even though it's the same stuff over and over and over again.
In fact, in 1999, when the Mets lost in the NLCS to the Atlanta Braves, I remember on the internet watching Gary Cohen calls, and it was audio, hearing Gary Cohen calls over and over again. Like, I couldn't get enough of the Todd Pratt home run, the Robin Ventura grand slam single, the comeback against Curt Schilling and the Phillies. And that wasn't even in a championship season. I was just reliving the fun of the season.
Yeah.
And so you're right. There's so many ways now to consume it. That would be my answer to Knicks fans. I would just reconsume it over and over again.
Or if you have a baseball team, just get deep on your baseball team.
You could do that, too.
Yeah.
You could watch another sport, sure. Yeah. You can get into the summer league. I mean, the Knicks are going to play in a couple of weeks.
In the short term, get into the World Cup. It's happening now.
That's right, the World Cup.
United States, Australia, 3 p.m.
So I'm going to watch USA, Australia. What I am confused about is I need to know what's on the line. Like, we have to win or we really don't need to win.
Whichever team wins. Because
Pulisic ruled out, by the way.
I told you. Did they give the starting 11? Who's taking his place at the
11?
I'll have to go check.
There's 11 players.
That's how many starters there are?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
Football.
I'm gonna guess Tim Weah. That's who I'm gonna guess.
Did they copy that from football with the 11?
I think soccer was around longer.
Was it?
Yeah,
I think we copied that from them.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Did you hear what Trump said about this?
What did you ask me?
Donald Trump wants to sign an executive order that soccer becomes football again. Have you heard this?
I mean, it is football. You know, soccer is.
So what's football going to do? Rename itself?
Okay, so you know, soccer is it's a European term.
Yeah.
It's an English term.
Right.
Because they had association football. That's what they called it.
Right.
But in Europe, they shorten, especially in England, they like to shorten stuff. And so they don't want to say association football, so they would just call it soc or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it became soccer.
Right.
And we, as Americans, hear soc or whatever they called it, and we turn it to soccer.
Right.
So it became soccer here, but it was soccer in Europe as well, but they still call it football.
But we can't call it football here. We already have football.
We can just change it. Put it a U.
By
Make
the
it a
way,
U.
by the way,
Football.
Donald Trump can sign whatever executive order he wants. I equate this to sponsorship deals.
Yeah.
Your team is very good.
You can't make me call something what I want to not call it.
Yeah, it's gonna be soccer.
Like
here.
you can write whatever executive order you want. It's soccer.
Yeah.
Just like you could sell the naming rights to Citi Field and Yankee Stadium. Sorry, fellas. It's Citi Field and Yankee Stadium. I don't work for you.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're sending me a check, I'm going to call it whatever the hell I want. So he could sign whatever executive order he wants. I'd laugh at it. I'd be like, okay, it's football now. No, it's not.
Right.
It's soccer.
Well, American football really shouldn't be called football.
Well, what should it be called?
Handball?
Yeah, because we don't
Handball?
use our foot other than kicking the extra point or the field goal.
Yeah, but can I give you an example to this?
Yeah.
We drive on a parkway, we park on a driveway. It's too late.
Yeah.
It's just what we call it.
We also drive on a highway.
Exactly.
Are we high?
And
all right, so Evan, there are 12 groups.
Yes.
This is the record number of teams in the World Cup.
12 groups in the
There's
World Cup?
48 teams.
Okay.
32 go on to the knockout rounds.
That's where we need to advance.
Yes. So the 32 that go to the knockout rounds are the top 2 from each of the 12.
It's kind of like the World Baseball Classic.
Right. So that's 24, and then the 8 next best teams.
Gotcha.
So whoever wins this game between the United States and Australia, you only play 3 in the group stage. Whoever wins this game, Australia, USA, is automatically going through.
And once we're in the knockout stage, it's a bracket.
Yes. And then you got to win.
Oh, that's
otherwise
gonna be
you get knocked out.
Now I'm excited
You
for that.
really don't know? You've never watched or followed the World Cup?
I think I have, Connor, and I've forgotten about it. Like every 4 years, sure,
Yeah.
I'll try to get on it, and maybe I'll watch a game, I get bored, and I forget all about it.
Right.
I'm just being honest. I don't remember, but I do know that bracket's going to be fun.
What's at stake is if
Championship.
we win, we're in the knockout round.
Okay.
Ricardo Pepi, by the way, is in for Pulisic.
Pepi.
They put Pepe in?
Pepi. Really?
But he
The
sucks.
great Pepe.
Okay, so who's playing
He
left?
stinks.
Who's playing the left wing then? It's not Pepe.
Nah, King.
Josie Altidore?
No.
Tony Miola, I heard.
No, he's just a goalie.
Tony Miola was?
Yeah.
Landon Donovan? Is he out there still?
We're joking, but I am going to watch this today. It's a good time. Friday, 3 o'clock, summer Friday. It's a holiday.
That's right. And I'll be doing a match watch party or a match day party over in Hoboken at the Mad Hatter.
Very nice.
I'm heading over there right now. I'm going to go get on the path.
Let's get a call in real quick. Let's go to Jamel in Queens. What's up, Jamel?
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, I just wanted to speak on the parade. I went to the parade yesterday, and I just feel like we rushed the parade. We rushed it.
What do you mean by that?
We should have gave it like 2 weeks. 2 weeks or even a month. I feel like us New Yorkers, we would have waited. We would have waited.
You know what's interesting about that, though, Jamel? Yesterday, when we were going through parade history, the New York baseball Giants had a parade before they took place in the World Series. Like, they had a parade for the pennant, and then they had their World Series. And then the Yankees won the pennant many years later and had their parade 8 months later. So it's actually interesting to wonder, like, if they waited and said, you know what? We're champions, basket the go. We're going to do this right before Labor Day. Like, we're going to give you the summer, and then when you guys come back, because training camp's about to start usually early September. Right before training camp, we're going to have a parade. It would have been awesome. It's like not crazy what he's saying. Why do we do it 2 or 3 days after? We can wait a couple of months before the season starts. It's got to be before the season starts, but we could have done a little September parade.
Yeah.
Maybe they wouldn't have had the Dylan Jones retired number if they had waited a little bit.
That's right. They wouldn't have screwed that up. That's a very good point. Anyhow, good way to end the week.
I wonder
Jamel
who
thinking.
screwed that up.
The 33?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get to the bottom of
Yeah,
that.
that's a mystery.
Well, when we're back on Monday, God knows what we're going to talk about. Maybe it's still the Knicks. Who knows? But enjoy your weekend. The Carton Show is coming up next with Big Mac and Craig Carton. We're back Monday at 10 a.m. You missed any of the show, rewind on the Odyssey app, download the podcast, blah, blah, blah. Goodbye.
This is an